Chapter 181 Gamble with the Goddess of Luck. Space Gene. One more. It's really hard to deal with, in this case, the other flesh and blood I collected. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking carefully. These are legendary level flesh and blood, very valuable. Originally he wanted to seal it up. There is no prompt in the deduction system now, but it may be useful one day. It doesn't take up space anyway. But now, depending on the situation, it is impossible to continue. All must be destroyed. Even this demigod body, after swallowing genes, must be destroyed immediately. This is the trouble with the gods. There are rumors in many places. Only gods cannot be enemies with them. This is not to say things that are only contaminated with the blessings of the gods are contaminated. It's dangerous to keep, especially when it is hostile to that god. This blessing is a proper curse. There might be a strange change one day. Or the goddess of luck, following this connection in history, came over. Chen Mo couldn't stand the thigh of this goddess. Something like a causal weapon. But this power is obtained in an idealistic way. This goddess of luck has 2 brushes, and it is estimated that she is one of the supreme gods in the temple of heaven. Of course, no matter how powerful he is, Chen Mo will not be afraid. He belongs to the focus of the Federation, and has the protection of the home planet. Under the brilliance of the Star Soul world, the other party could not even spy on his position, nor could he predict his behavior. But Chen Mo still felt a little lost. After all, the genes that can be prostituted. Now it takes more effort to get it. And the probability cannot be 99.9%. My Star Soul is not stronger. If it reaches the purple level, the influence of this god on me should be close to none. But until then, I have to put up with her blessing. However, the current probability is already worth a fight. There is still hope for him. After all, he is a professional player. Devouring evolution in 29 minutes. As he gave the order, the light on the back of Chen Mo's hand also shone. This can increase the probability. It's a gamble with Lady Luck. Of course, the other party won't notice. To the gods, it was just some tiny stirring. Toothpicks are normal. I don't feel it at all. This blessing belongs only to her passive. Chen Mo is busy evolving and has no time to focus on other things. He didn't know that the newcomer area at this time had already exploded. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a huge wave. Because a newcomer used a huge telescope to witness the entire battle. There are also Ninth-Order powerhouses who flew over to investigate and saw the battle scene. Countless newcomers were stunned by the terrifying battle. The power of the demigods is beyond imagination. He has almost been able to reverse the stars with his own power. Move, it's even more devastating. At the same time, look at the familiar parasite army. Everyone PD. It's Chen Mo. Everyone wailed in their hearts. Not to mention the outcome of the battle, this discovery alone is enough to make one's heart split. The demigods of the Temple of Heaven, they did not panic, they were covered by the Federation. Their own demigods don't panic and don't care about them. But Chen Mo, who is also a newcomer, is dying. Ooh, I got CCCH. Yeah, what idiot calls this the lay flat area? Well now, if you don't lie down, you have to lie down. Not only lying down, but the coffin board is ready. FK, Wang is lying. Fake news. It's hurting us. Han upstairs, what can you say about my beautiful reporter? Go away. They just say it's the most challenging, and they didn't say which planet it was, right? It's your brains. I'm numb, and I will blow up a planet when I come up. Is Chen Mo giving me a slap in the face? Then congratulations to him, the goal has been achieved. I am scared to pee. Chen Mo's father is too strong. My pants are also wet, but it's not peeing. Are you a man or a woman upstairs? I'm still playing with wool. Big brother Chen Mo is here. I quickly moisten it. Malu moistened the brothers. Ha ha ha. Congratulations to the brothers in War Zone 33. This is the first boss in the newcomer area to serve you. I can't enjoy this blessing. I can only admire it from a distance and send my blessings. Lu Fan is really unlucky. He who played his cards unconventionally met Chen Mo who played even more unreasonably. Chen Mo, boss, what's the point of playing cards? This is beating directly against the players who play cards. Afraid. You laugh. Lousy won't run. What are you afraid of? Chen Mo doesn't dare us to move the territory that our base occupies now. This is the rule. How dare he disobey the Federation? Although the entire 33 theater, but behind us is the Stargate, there is no way to retreat. The 200,000 brothers and sisters of Life Planet Number 1, let's unite and form an alliance together. Yes, whoever runs is an idiot. It's useless to run, every planet, Chenmo will come. No, gentlemen, don't you think the moon seems to be getting bigger? It's not coming to us, is it? Shining eyes upstairs, I didn't feel the slightest change when I saw it. For a time, everyone in the 33rd theater was talking about it. Chenmo, no, how could this be? Looking at the news from the newcomer area, Lu Fan already felt a little cold below. As promised, change your clothes and come out to watch the battle of the Star Soul Powerhouse. Unexpectedly, the strong one turned out to be Chenmo. There's nothing he needs here. Damn, I have to expand the site immediately. He just cried. The newcomers in the number 33 theater are like dead parents, it's hard. But the rest of the newcomer area, especially on number 38, the newcomers above all laughed directly. Ha ha ha, from now on, this will be our site. Yeah, although Luo Bing is powerful, she doesn't seem to be overbearing. It doesn't matter if she is domineering. Compared to a predator like Chenmo, she still has some left over for us to eat. Yes, our number 38 theater has the most abundant resources, and the enemy is not the strongest. Chenmo is in War Zone 33 and has limited development potential. If the geniuses in the other zones dominate, they can catch up with Chenmo's development, even surpass Chenmo and end his tyrannical hegemony. Hehe. Chenmo went to the most rubbish war zone in order to deceive a few local tyrants, and the pattern is just like that. I put my words here, he has no future. Brothers, there is hope. Rush. Rush. The crowd was ecstatic. Only Luo Bing couldn't help but smile. How do these people know that they are just non-vegetables growing up with Miao Zhuang? When Chenmo has harvested 33, he will go back through her and enter here. Chenmo is really amazing. Strategy and strength are much stronger than me. I'm convinced. Luo Bing couldn't help muttering to himself. Before she knew it, she admired Chenmo very much. She, who vowed to be on top of Chenmo at the beginning, has also slightly lowered her requirements at the moment, and she can also be below. But Chenmo had to give her a high look. So she still works hard. Since you can't beat Chenmo, then fight for the second place and be yourself. Except for the discussion caused by Chenmo's accidental choice. The most talked about in the newcomer area is the battle details. The battle of the demigods is so magnificent. Especially when it hits an asteroid, half of the planet is collapsed. Everyone's eyes widened, shocked. The battle has twists and turns. At first, everyone thought that Chenmo had the upper hand. The sense of oppression of the powerhouses in the Temple of Heaven is full. Even across the screen, some people were short of breath. There was even a peek at the Ninth Order powerhouse with a groan, only to feel very uncomfortable in his chest. However, soon, the demigod of the mermaid made everyone feel like a spring breeze. Powerful. Combat and grace coexist. At the last moment the greenskin exploded, the portal closed. It made everyone boil. Many people couldn't help applauding. Brilliant. I'm going. If it hadn't been seen by so many people's subordinates, I would have thought it was fake. It's terrible. Everyone thinks about it carefully. In fact, everything is under Chenmo's control. Although I don't know what the demigod Golden Man said, he must be very desperate. Don't say it, I'm desperate too. Haha, this must be the brother of War Zone 33. Speaking of which, it's not the first time that Tianshan Temple has fallen into the hands of Chenmo, right? Although the Tianshan Temple infiltration team is strong, compared with Chenmo's billionaire army, its appearance and strength are much worse. The big boss Chenmo is awesome. When a demigod comes out, who will compete with him? I seriously doubt that it won't be long before the 33rd War Zone will be the boss of Chenmo. Mom, I'm having trouble getting up the resistance forces on the planet. If I were in the 33rd War Zone, I would kneel directly to the big brother Chenmo. There is still hesitation. If you can't resist, then enjoy it. Slot bed, Dad Chenmo. Look, the girl upstairs is so excited, she said the opposite. By the way, when will Mr. Chenmo prepare to sell miners and commanders? Yes, my huge mining area is waiting for workers. I have 10 mining areas, a whole continent. After the Great Division, it seems that a genius will emerge. All I can say is envy. The newcomer area is hot. At the same time, many interested people sent private messages to Chenmo, tried to get in touch, and then ordered a batch of weapons to gain an advantage. Others keep an eye on the trading platform. Because according to the usual rules, the big boss Chenmo will definitely gain something. If there is something good on the shelves, it can be done in seconds. What you buy is what you earn. In this regard, Chen Mo is very reputable, as long as the things sold directly from him are genuine. In terms of transactions, Chen Mo has a very good reputation. As long as he sells products, others will give priority. Holy Terra, between the stars and souls shining, Chen Mo has invested a total of 2 billion resources. This evolution opportunity directly cut half of my savings. But it's worth it. Wait, sell some of the unwanted dragon nest harvest, you can directly return the money. It's equivalent to no loss. As expected of the lizard dragon's accumulation over the years, it is really rich. I can't imagine how much wealth would be accumulated by a being in the 807 universe who has grown up for many years. Chen Mo couldn't help but look forward to it. The clues of the female dragon may be obtained from that scale. After hollowing out the entire asteroid and the tiberium ore mined by the ocean planet, you will soon be able to earn more resources. It's time to accumulate resources for the next leap in evolution. First take the number 1 life planet as a forward base, and then attack the stronghold of the Temple of Heaven. Chen Mo plans to. In the flash of thoughts, as the star soul gradually brightened, his attention gradually concentrated. This time swallowing evolution, it will be successful. The probability is greatly increased. It will definitely not be affected by the blessing of the goddess of luck. Chen Mo said firmly. The power of idealism requires firm will. Meanwhile, engulfment is going fast. Your exclusive group devours the demigod golden man gene, analyzes the space gene, and adds it to its own gene sequence. A. Your ethnic group understands the race very well by analyzing the genes of the demigod golden man in the Temple of Heaven, and has a restraining effect, and any actions on it will have a 100% enhancement effect. At the same time, the asteroid that was shattered in half is already clearly deviated from its orbit. At this time, looking at life planet number 1, the moon in the sky has grown a full circle. Visible to the naked eye. It's not really going to fall, is it? A newbie is suspicious. FK. I said long ago that it's not an illusion. My exclusive racial observation is top-notch, and the moon is really getting bigger. Stupid, it's not getting bigger, it's getting close to us. It's over, it's definitely a world-annihilating disaster. The moon is about to hit. Brothers, run. Run. It's all been expanded by mining. Hurry up and pack up and prepare to leave. FK. This is Chen Mo's conspiracy. Don't be fooled, brothers. Sorry upstairs, the speed of the planet has increased. You don't really think that pushing a train and stopping a moving train is a difficulty, right? I calculated the speed of the asteroid at this time. The demigod can't stop it, not to mention that the giant beast only has a legendary peak. The only way is to completely crash the asteroid, but there will be meteorites falling, and the disaster will be more serious. Whether it's ruined, Chen Mo, like us, has become a refugee. Contact me if you want to go to life planet number 2, a quota of 100,000 yuan. Seats are limited, speed is up, start now. Chapter 182 Void Prostitute Chen Mo, the man behind the goddess 2 more. When Chen Mo was looking at evolutionary opportunities. Almost at the same time, the news that Planet 1 is going to be hit is also getting bigger and bigger. More and more outrageous. Without exception. The newcomers on Planet 1 panicked. At this moment, the newcomers do not have the ability to directly rise up and settle down in the universe. Finding a suitable planet for life is a must. Therefore, this panic news spread very fast, and it was corroborated by the moon with the sky getting bigger and bigger. Unambiguous evidence. It's absolutely true. I measured it carefully, and the asteroid is really getting closer and faster. I also found out, brothers who haven't left, hurry up, this is definitely not a place to stay for a long time. Fortunately, I haven't invested in a large scale yet, so the loss is not big. Hey, big brother Chen Mo, this is so exciting, did you just kill the world? Alas, I said just now that we will unite, and now we will collect the fare for the escape. This is the surface brother. Then what do you say? We fly to other planets with all our strength, spend time on the road without saying anything, and go to good places to be occupied. Do we have nothing to lose? Brothers, don't panic. Chen Mo directly lost most of a planet's resources, and he lost even more. We panic. Upstairs, the shivering people lost a fart, just this trembling, they made a lot of money, right? And there are so many planets in Chen Mo, so it is estimated that this loss is not considered in the eyes. Mr. Chen Mo is awesome. Hey, after all, he is the only one who possesses a demigod. Still talking about demigods. The world-destroying asteroid above your head is boring. Who the FK is coming to pick me up? I can only pay 50,000 freight per person. If you can't pull a few, just drop it. Here is a brother, to make a friend. Otherwise, I swear to live and die with the planet. You are awesome, you are haggling with your life. What makes this brother so hard-hearted? I think it's definitely not the love for the planet, nor the twisted resistance to the big boss Chen Mo. Let's put it bluntly, poverty. Poverty gave him courage. Listen to what brother said. Don't get angry, hurry up, 100,000 is not much. If you leave early and grow early, you can only be eliminated when the asteroid hits. Stay on planet 1, a dead end. Where are you? Haggling brother, report the coordinates, let's form an ally, how about I give you a free ride? Brother upstairs, where are you sending a ride? Ha ha ha, brothers, I made a small fortune. The indigenous forces belonging to the Temple of Heaven actually surrendered to me. I showed these people the video of Chen Mo digging through the demigods, and these natives actually broke down and cried. 666, the big guy is awesome, this can be fake and powerful. Hey. For a while, I didn't know whether to say you are awesome or Chen Mo is awesome. It's all awesome. Even, this brother is a bit more awesome. After all, it's a fake WRE from Chen Mo. Indeed, I really didn't expect to be able to take advantage of Chen Mo in this way. This proves that Mr. Chen Mo has surpassed his arrogance, and is even more like a god. Just a name can make Aboriginal children cry. Are you complimenting or cursing? You are not allowed to use my Chen Mo dad. Woo, I don't allow it. Don't watch my Chen Mo dad's video. Woohoo, you guys get out. Don't watch my dad. Sudden illness. No, brother. Afraid of something serious. In the 33rd theater, there was a lot of discussion. In short, it didn't take long for Planet 1 to have no one. After some analysis, everyone thought, don't stay here for long. As a result, a spectacle that had never appeared in previous competitions appeared. A complete planet with fairly good resources, no one wants it. Everyone was packing gear and getting ready to move. It is a pity for the remaining power of the Temple of Heaven on the entire planet. Some of them even ran out and surrendered. Without it, many newcomers look too real. Not like a trick. And they also have eyes, and after a little analysis, they find that disaster is indeed coming. There is no point in fighting. The whole planet is dying. If you have the chance, go for it. Of course, there are also many natives who insist on attacking newcomers from all walks of life. They believed that the gods had not abandoned them. This is just the ultimate test and redemption. New district. At this time, many elderly people have settled here. After all, in the near future, as the battle lines advance, the mix of old and new will become the norm. The battle lines will not be so clear-cut, and the old man may even be seen on the battlefield at that time. It is precisely because of this that many Star Soul powerhouses will come to stroll around and show their faces. Or secretly spy on the screen to see what information is available in the newcomer war zone. After all, this is already a battlefield, and it is necessary to understand all kinds of information. The arrival of many elderly people was originally big news. Will be very topical. Even the geniuses of many consortiums have already begun to build momentum. After all, many of their relatives are close strengths or in the nearby war zone. However, unexpectedly, the most talked about is Chen Mo. He is still the #1 favorite in the rookie zone that can't be shaken. Damn it, Chen Mo's strength really beats us all. Too frightening. A whole enhanced version of the Tianshan Temple infiltration team, as well as the starship support in the distance. If we encounter such an enemy, we can only run away immediately, and if we delay a little time, we will be destroyed by the group. Yeah, I'm afraid we can only compete if we truly form an alliance and fight together. Contend. Brother, don't put money on your face. The legendary powerhouse relies on the 9th order peak, as well as the resources and means of federal rewards. We can indeed barely compete. But with the words of the demigods, do we take the lead? We can't do anything about the demigods. It's useless to fill up with human lives. We will lose against them. Legends can use shields. I don't even dare to imagine how resistant a demigod is. Grass. We didn't even dare to think about it. Chen Mo not only thought about it, but also did it. His luck is also very good. The only slave race he accepts has such an outrageous talent that even demigods have come out. Hey, a beautiful demigod slave girl. I don't know what Chen Mo used to raise it. Envy. This time Chen Mo must have gained the attention of the Federation, and I don't know what good things will be rewarded. More than that, I suspect that there are treasures in that location, otherwise why would Chen Mo come to War Zone 33, and the Temple of Heaven is also there. Yeah, both sides seem to know what the other side is fighting for when they go back. Hey, the treasure that the demigods will fight for their lives. Anyway, being the first to kill a demigod and also proves that defeating the Temple of Heaven, it is estimated that he also blew up the opponent's spaceship, so he must have gained a lot of benefits. Chen Mo should have surpassed level 1.0 civilization long ago. I suspect that Chen Mo has gathered a star soul, and may even be promoted again. His civilization level is around 1.3. I'm still 10 days away from condensing the star soul. I'm a little confused, there are still 8 days left. Alas, if Chen Mo is promoted to star soul again and reaches the blue star soul state, then... You're dreaming, I think it's close to blue at most. It's not that easy to break through this layer. Why Chen Mo can be so fast, far beyond the record. The indigenous people say that we are the same speed as a monster. Chen Mo is simply a monster among monsters. Perhaps, this is the so-called super genius. War Zone 38. Hello, Goddess Luo Bing, I'm Xiao Zian, number 1000 on the newcomer list. I found a mine here, but the Temple of Heaven resisted and tried to destroy it. Can the goddess help? Half, not the resources of the 7th floor are divided for you. Goddess Luo Bing, now you are the number 1 in our 38th theater. The sisters all regard you as an example. Sisters, all unite to Sister Luo Bing. Let's dominate the 38 war zone together. Is it Sister Luo Bing, we will also help with chores. I am willing to contribute 30% of my income for free. Support Sister Luo Bing. It's so frustrating to see these stinky men. Now it's our women's world, let's unite and send them to the most remote asteroid for mining. Goddess Luo Bing holds the strongest battlefield, and there are many people who are willing to be loyal, and she can compete with Chen Mo in the future. It must be possible. The 38th theater has the most abundant resources, and even beneficial mines. Why doesn't Goddess Luo Bing speak? Fan, the cold goddess, I am so envious, I have become a dog. Look at the speeches of these people in the war zone. Luo Bing was very happy at first. After all, since she met Chen Mo, she hadn't heard so much tout in a long time. Chen Mo would only look at her vigilantly, look at her with contempt, look at her speechlessly, and look at her calmly. The treatment of the goddess, she hadn't enjoyed it for a long time. But looking at it, she gradually became speechless. These people blow, and that's it. It's not as good as Chen Mo's words. And also dominate Area 38 and compete with Chen Mo. She almost didn't laugh out loud. How could this be possible? These people only saw her beauty. But she didn't know that there was a man behind her so-called iceberg goddess. Could it be to answer the sentence, behind every goddess, there is a man who wants to vomit? The more Luo Bing thought about it, the more speechless he became. This is definitely not the case with her. But when the truth comes out, it's bound to make others think so. This is simply the back garden reserved by Chen Mo. She is only managing here temporarily. In the end, everything is still Chen Mo's. Chen Mo has the resources and strength to move forward, and has the ability to transmit knowledge. Oh, I really noticed that it's getting bigger and bigger. I stopped thinking early, it is correct. Chen Mo surpassed us by too much. Luo Bing muttered to himself. At this time, it is a joke to mention surpassing Chen Mo. She knows more than others, and her own strength is also strong, so she is very aware of the gap between herself and Chen Mo. That is not something that can be changed by hard work, or a little chance or luck. My lord, the people of the Temple of Heaven have begun to act. Right here, a beautiful angel flew in. At this time, her angels, all of them of the 9th order, are already very powerful. But the digital display is still too small. Therefore, in every battle, try to avoid losses as much as possible. They were attacking a newcomer's camp, and many newcomers around went up to help. The beautiful angel bowed slightly and said respectfully, "There is no alliance between the newcomers. But at the critical moment, the lips are dead and the teeth are cold. Everyone still has this IQ. We don't go to the rescue field, we directly attack the stronghold of the Temple of Heaven. Zhao of Qian. Put them out of the planet first and build a defense system." Luo Bing ordered it very calmly. In Chen Mo's eyes, she may not be serious, and she is often naive. But in the eyes of others, Luo Bing also has the title of the female god of war. Kill decisively. Holy Terra. At this time, Chen Mo didn't know that Planet 1 was clean. Just waiting for him to occupy. He was still thinking before how to deal with the rest. Unexpectedly, all the newcomers made their own choices at this moment. Don't bother him at all. And this, simply because it takes a day or so to grow a huge gravitational core. Space, Gene. I will have a keen space detection ability, and if the Temple of Heaven wants to create a space rift, I also have countermeasures. As expected of a demigod, this devouring gene is too powerful. Space ability, even if it is only a faint trace, is very rare. From the price of the portal and the space ring, it can be seen that as long as space is involved, it must be tall. One word, expensive. But after all, he is a demigod with too many abilities, and there are genes that fit evolution, which is normal. Chen Mo was all smiles. This battle has really been very rewarding. In addition to the space gene, there are also federal rewards. If nothing else, it should be a reward for some useful knowledge. Depending on my preference, there may also be ancient technological creations. Quote. Hold down your excitement. With a thought, Chen Mo evolved the corresponding space gene. Let the space cells grow rapidly. At the same time, he focused his attention, carefully examining the space and the ability of genes. Chapter 183 Space Guillotine. Star Core. Creator. 3 more. Space. A high-level ability developed based on gravitational genes. Space cells can be grown. It has strong space detection and interference capabilities. You can easily perceive space rifts and portals. It consumes a lot of energy and can emit corresponding opposite fluctuations. Greatly interferes with the stability of the space channel. Even make it collapse immediately. You have already explored the basic space manipulation methods and have the corresponding material basis, cells, and further improvement may reveal more mysteries of space. Thus have the ability to further manipulate the space. Space manipulation. Currently, mainly 2 abilities. First, detect spatial fluctuations. Second, the ability to forcibly interfere with the space channel is very important. With this, there is no need to be afraid of the sudden rescue by the powerhouse of the Temple of Heaven. Their stronghold, I will be able to kill. I will no longer be afraid of their ambush. This is very useful for my follow-up raids on the planet and the stronghold of the Temple of Extinction. Chen Mo analyzed this and smiled. One of the major advantages of the Tianshan Temple infiltration team is that it can temporarily tear apart the space. This ability of own is directly regarded as the ability to seal the opponent. Even, you can deliberately wait for the other party to tear the space, and then suddenly interfere. Imagine a demigod powerhouse, half here, half inside the starship, what kind of scene? Space Guillotine. Thinking of 807, Chen Mo couldn't help but look forward to it. Not only that, there is no resistance to the members of the Temple of Heaven who were killed in such a peaceful manner. The equipment on the body can even be kept 100% intact. That's a lot of money. The equipment of the direct line troops of the Temple of Heaven is quite extravagant. The performance may be poor, but in the world of Star Soul, it is very popular. All in all, the space gene is very useful, and it's not bad at all compared to the previous gravity gene. The space gene also provided the foundation for the expansion and survival of the exclusive mushroom race. It is not impossible to parasitize in space in the future. Of course, it is still bound by planets and rocks. But it does not prevent Chen Mo from looking up at the starry sky, or even the void. The space gene is the ability that can be deduced and evolved only after having the gravitational gene. This is after the hallucination and parasitic pairing abilities. Once again, there is a pre-gene cause to obtain the high-level ability. It can be reasonably speculated that after space, there may be more powerful capabilities, but it must be based on space and gravity. Maybe I can grow out of the portal directly in the future. Instead of spending a fortune, build. Chen Mo could not help but analyze it carefully. It's entirely possible. Of course, the technology he uses is naturally different from the portal base of the Star Soul world, and it may be incompatible with the knowledge of dark sky, and so on. The Federation should have a solution. After all, the Star Soul world is open to all rivers and possesses so many types of knowledge, yet they can be integrated together. Thinking of this, Chen Mo suddenly moved in his heart and opened his watch. See what rewards the Federation gave. Okay, there is only one knowledge. Generally speaking, the Federation will give double rewards of physical plus knowledge. Unless it is said, the Commonwealth considers this knowledge sufficient. Chen Mo couldn't help but be curious. Apply now for rewards. Soon, a knowledge check certificate was respectfully handed to him. A star Korea. A intermediate idealism knowledge. Knowledge owner. Seat 10, creator. Description. By using tellurium debris of medium or higher quality, star cores can be made, and the biological characteristics of tellurium ore can be stimulated to the maximum extent, so that it can continue to spread, thereby contaminating the entire planet. Special reminder 1. There are uncontrollable factors in tellurium ore. It is suspected that it is some kind of long-term disturbance of consciousness, which leads to the process of planting star cores, which can never be 100% controlled. No matter how well prepared, this behavior will fail to exist. Possibility. Special reminder 2. Add enough magnetic ore, and if the tellurium wreckage is active and of sufficient quality, red quality tellurium ore may be bred, but this also means that the entire planet is completely immersed in mutation and pollution. There will be no other development possibilities. At the same time, it may attract the attention of hostile forces and cosmic creatures. Another little knowledge. Chen Mo's eyes quickly swept across the word, creator, CJCE, Lord. The name of this person is different from the others. It's actually a rare 3 words. However, it still shows the power of the opponent. The name of the cosmic slave owner. I am afraid there are many, and they all have to use the name of this star god. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. He has reason to speculate that this guy is extremely good at playing the ball. He just happened to like it too. It would be great if we could gain more knowledge created by the other party. I just happen to have a blank credential. When Lilia finishes dissecting the meteorite, ask the other party, and the authority of the members will be more focused. It may be of great use to me to choose knowledge. With that in mind, Chen Mo casually acquired the knowledge of star core. When the tellurium wreckage is in hand, this knowledge can be used directly. Originally, Chen Mo asked Mu Yao to help him find a star god to create a star core. Now it seems, time to do it yourself. Not to mention saving a lot of money. If there is a chance, you can also take over the work of making star cores. This is a high-tech capability that is very profitable. It's almost time for a showdown, and occupy the number 1 life planet. I want to come to my battle, and I was seen by some people, and my strength has been shown enough. These people should know what to do. Chen Mo almost counted the harvest. Just open the trading platform at will. 20 tons of magic crystals on the shelves. Various types of metal ores, 10,000 tons. These are all things Chen Mo doesn't expect to use. Sold for money and purchased some resources. At the same time, he instructed the Queen to send someone to deal with the matter on Planet 1. Master, Planet 1 has been occupied. What? Chen Mo was stunned. Looking at the time, it took him less than 10 minutes to sort out the goods on the trading platform. This is occupied. However, although the Queen is in his reluctance, sometimes the performance is not so mature. But this kind of thing will definitely not lie. This is due to the prestige of the Master. Master, you are so strong. The Queen said with a smile. She smiled brightly, and her eyes were cute and fat. That scene, the Master should really watch. All I can say is, I'm really worthy of being the Master. Without words, the rest of the terrifying slave owners fled. It's too strong. She couldn't help looking at Chen Mo with admiration. Haha, it was a surprise. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. It's a big surprise. Just when the two were chatting, suddenly there was energy aroused in the distance. It is a teleportation base, which is running slightly. Gives a soft white glow. And the magic eye with the spatial gene growing on the side immediately turned his head and looked in the direction of the teleportation array. This is finally finished. The tech tyrants have already started to debug the portal simultaneously on the fortress and Terra. Chapter 184 Exile in the Void. Pre-order big skills. One more, ask for subscription. Great divine will, the portal is already undergoing resonance testing. The voice of a tyrant came from the astral world. Thanks to the power of the divine will, we have collected most of the data last time. So this test will be completed soon. And, due to the addition of space capabilities and the infiltration of the breath of the great star soul world, the ability of the portal will be greatly improved compared to what was envisaged at the beginning. Not enough. This ability is not stable. It needs to be used carefully, and then some adjustments are made based on the feedback data. The tyrant continued. Although he didn't face Chen Mo directly, he still looked very respectful. This is one of the most ambitious projects he has ever hosted, and it is very technical. It is his brainchild. He himself has also been praised by countless green skins and has grown tremendously. The portal ability has been improved. Is my overtime Air Force finally coming? Chen Mo couldn't help but get excited. Carefully review the resubmitted portal information. A portal. Semi-permanent teleportation building. Capability 1. Fixed point teleportation. Consume a lot of energy to open a space channel with a diameter of 10 to 100 meters. Capability 2. Overtime Air Force Regiment. You gain the ability to transmit soldiers' materials in real time, with a distance of 100,000 kilometers. There is a 10-kilometer range around the portal, no gravitational and high-energy interference. Quote. Ability 3. Void Exile. Within the teleportation range, it consumes a lot of energy, and there is a chance to randomly teleport the enemy. If the teleportation is unprotected, the enemy will suffer fatal damage. The higher the quality and energy level, the lower the success rate. Quote. Note 1. Portals will cause instability in space, and spatial fluctuations will also attract the attention of certain cosmic creatures, even dimensional creatures. You need to always pay attention to the portal situation. You can use space ability, build shielding devices. Note 2. The distant space overlaps during the portal, and the two planets will affect each other. Please pay attention to the erosion and pollution of higher planets to lower planets. Compared with the previous portal has an additional ability, Void Exile. At the same time, other abilities have also been greatly improved. The teleportation distance has increased tenfold. The anti-interference ability has been enhanced tenfold. Of course, this 10 times is only 10 times the data. The actual combat performance is definitely 100 times improved. Because it used to be able to affect the portal within 100 kilometers, and now it takes 10 kilometers. It looks 10 times as big. But close to the heavily guarded portal 100 kilometers, and 10 kilometers, completely two kinds of difficulty. Worlds apart, the ability to exile in the void is even more surprising. It is equivalent to the portal itself. Not only has the ability to deliver, but also has an additional means of attack. Moreover, this method is a space attack, which is very strange and extremely difficult to defend. In other words, only legendaries or above can resist, and there is only a certain probability, so it must be detected as soon as possible. Once the resistance fails, it is death. This ability is so unreasonable. Either unscathed, or instant kill. Of course, for Chen Mo who uses this ability, it doesn't matter whether the opponent resists or not. It's just a loss of energy. And energy can be prostituted through the parent star channel. My parasite army is within 100,000 kilometers around the portal, and its mobility is approaching infinity. Even the weakest tier 3 green skin is equivalent to having the ability to teleport at any time. I can also instantly place giant magic cannons and various giant siege weapons within this range, which can be used teleportation. Nice, the greenskin engineers gave me a surprise. Chen Mo smiled, approvingly glanced at the reporting skill tyrant. To be honest, Chen Mo wasn't particularly anxious about building the portal. There is no deliberate request to rush to work. But the greenskin engineers ensured the quality and quantity, and also gave an unexpected answer. He is satisfied. Jishuang felt Chen Mo's gaze and couldn't help but be more respectful. In his eyes, there is uncontrollable enthusiasm. Give you a name, it's called Big Viagra. Chen Mo said. The names of the bosses of the greenskins usually end with the word, brother. Similar to the meaning of leadership. David is that this green skin is indeed tall and strong. Thanks to the great divine will. Your gift is the glory of my life. The tyrant immediately went to the ground. If he could, he would rather take on more such great projects. Each one is a challenge. But just as exciting as the battle. To grow and to be happy. More importantly, being able to gain the attention of the divine will. At this time, the tech tyrant can already imagine that he will wait for the support he will receive. The first greenskin engineer to be named. Definitely enough to keep him blowing for a lifetime. Countless greenskins will envy and hate him. Just imagining it makes him excited. Chen Mo got used to seeing the greenskin on the ground. Just smiled and nodded. At the same time, it is required that the biological mastermind always pays attention to this skill tyrant. Take a look at this skill tyrant's resume. It was found that the other party was really lucky. In the previous wars, he had never lost his body, and he was also responsible for the development of the Rumble helicopter before. Although not successful, but accumulated a lot of experience. He has participated in the work of killing mech cans and giant electromagnetic cannons. It seems that continuous research and the construction of giant projects can indeed make green skin engineers grow. Chen Mo confirmed this conjecture. In front of this skill tyrant, I believe that it will not be long before he can become a great skill tyrant. It is not impossible to continue to cultivate in the future and become a legendary skill master. Since he has this talent, then Chen Mo doesn't mind giving him a chance. After thinking about it, he ordered, "From now on, you are the chief engineer who oversees all construction and invention projects. At the same time, I will set up a destiny technology, and you will be the person in charge. In addition, select some excellent green-skinned boys. You are in charge of training. I need more skill cream." Yes, great divine will. Fight for the divine will. The greenskin tyrant is ecstatic. The whole person was shaking with excitement. He only felt that the whole person was on fire, and he could not wait to implement the truth of the divine will immediately. Point 0. Looking forward to your performance. Chen Mo left this sentence and left. And the greenskin is in ecstasy and ecstasy. On the ground, it took a while before digesting the information just now. He was promoted, now as the head of the research department. The great creations that follow the divine will appear one by one in his hands. Congratulations, Lord Viagra. Congratulations. I'm so envious, I got the name of the divine will. Hey, what an honor this is. When can I get it? In the astral world, news travels faster than the speed of light. For a moment, all greenskins, even mermaids, know about the birth of a new leader. Envy, I also want to be reused. The mermaid Irene said involuntarily. Work hard, there are so many opportunities, the great career of the master has just begun. On the side, the queen also showed an envious look. Although she is already a demigod, her strength is secondary to her master's gift. She believes that as long as you follow the master and get the gift. Current strength, not worth mentioning. As long as the divine will exists for one day, the astral world will last forever, and they are immortal and immortal. Obviously this kind of thing is the most difficult to achieve, incredible. But after so much experience, she has already admired her master very much. I believe it. At this time, Chen Mo was checking the situation in the entire 33rd war zone. His parasite army is armed to the teeth. All abilities have also advanced by leaps and bounds. So, it's time to review the parasite army. Start a big war that sweeps the region. Chapter 185 Leap and Evolve Again. Elemental Absorption. 2 more. The Temple of Heaven has 3 main strongholds. At the same time, there are a large number of infiltrating teams and their natives who are loyal to them, scattered on all living planets. Among the 3 bases, the most valuable is an airport. This port is the hub of the region, and all supplies will be delivered here. Chen Mo opens the theater briefing. This is the Federal Investigation Report. Change every day, but timeliness is not guaranteed. If you feel unreliable, you can send someone to investigate. Or entrust other allies who are good at this way. After analyzing the enemy, Chen Mo counted the strength at hand. The parasite army that he can currently use is about 2 billion. Incubation can also be accelerated if more is needed. There are slightly less greenskins, but there are also hundreds of millions. Remove these basic cannon fodder. The high-end combat power above legendary are Greenskin, 2 war bosses. Swarm, Leviathan 1. Murloc's sister Flower. And the 810 world sons who defected to him and are now included in the parasite army, 8. That is to say, just counting the legendary level, he has as many as 13 at hand. If Chen Mo is willing to put in the resources, more Leviathans can be made in batches. The most important thing is that the main race of the Heavenly Temple in this area has been killed. Devouring genes, let Chen Mo hold 100% restraint. If you continue to fight, in fact, as long as the 9th rank, you can already have a great threat to the legend of the Temple of the Gods. As for the 9th rank, the number would be much larger. Numerous mermaid princesses, flying dragons, juggernauts, and all leviathans. Can't count at all. It has to be said that the Battle of the Asteroid directly opened up the situation for Chen Mo. Not only has it taken many resources and obtained evolution opportunities, it is directly in an advantageous position in terms of grand strategy. When the Temple of Heaven faced him, it was basically automatically downgraded by 1 level. And in this case, the Temple of Heaven does not know. Of course, Chen Mo's side has demigods, they should know. Otherwise, there will be no haste to mobilize. Throughout the 33rd war zone, the Temple of Heaven has sent more personnel. I don't know if I'm going to drag it, and then search for resources and run away. Still not reconciled and want to fight again. Chen Mo hopes it's the latter. But according to the consistent style of the Temple of Heaven, Chen Mo felt that they might be forced to squeeze out the children of the world. Then run away with the child of the world. The children of the world is the embodiment of the essence of a world. This is more cost-effective than plundering any resources. Moreover, these children of the world and the Star Soul world are not mutually exclusive, and they must work hard to cultivate in the future, plus their own talent is unparalleled. Growth will be very high. Speaking of growth, here I have to mention the currently hatched Leviathan. And the oldest batch of flying dragons. Their size, as well as their physical strength, is further increasing. Part of the reason is that the evolution of their own genes is powerful, and another reason is that they use the ability of phagocytosis and metal to continuously absorb metal elements in rocks and soil. Strengthen yourself. Asteroids like Leviathan are currently on asteroids, constantly eating rocks rich in energetic minerals. The cost of mining minerals from this rock is too high, but it is good for Leviathan as food. The original Leviathan has grown from 20 kilometers to 22 kilometers in size. It can be said to be a visible surge. And this comes from the power of growth genes. The lizard dragon itself does not have such an exaggerated growth ability. But unlike Leviathan, they have almost no growth cap. Like creep, it can expand wirelessly. Of course, growing into a pool of rotten meat is meaningless, and the body shape needs to be maintained in a range of suitable strength. And finally, the Mermaid Queen. There is no doubt that this is the peak combat power in Chen Mo's hands. And can perceive the source and obtain mysterious knowledge, and these knowledge are very suitable for the Murlocs to use. This has greatly improved the overall potential of the Murlocs. Have the opportunity to grow into a god-level civilization. Speaking of which, the Leviathan and the Murlocs have a lot to do with the Temple of Heaven. They all saw it beforehand. But in the end it was cheaper for me. Thinking of this, Chen Mo wanted to thank the Temple of Heaven. If they had chosen to take away the mermaid twins, Chen Mo would be one less general now. And also cannot develop fishery. These are all thanks to the Temple of Heaven. Just hope they continue to carry forward and maintain this fine tradition. After counting the combat power, Chen Mo checked the resources again. Existing resources. 4.1 billion in cash. A total of 22 tons of magic crystals. 95 pieces of tiburium ore. 40 drops of evolution potion. 31 kilograms of wrong ore. Enough. These resources plus the ore from the lizard dragon's nest just sold are enough to start an evolution. There's still plenty left. Chen Mo opened the trading platform at will. The magic crystals that were listed before have all been sold. Not only that, ding, your pre-sale Hulk 2.0 has all been sold. Please ship within 1 day. There is also a reminder of the success of the pre-sale. A new wave of mining has arrived. Chen Mo just took the opportunity to make a fortune. And as his strength increases, he can sell more miners. Don't be afraid of others over you. Ding. Lu Fan is requesting a video communication with you. Ding. Li Long is requesting a video communication with you. Then, 2 more messages. Lu Fan was in a war zone with him, and what he wanted to say could probably be expected. As for Li Long, it is estimated that the flesh hurts more than 50 billion. Chen Mo thought about it, but didn't answer. Let them dry first. At present, he is in an absolutely dominant position, holding the initiative, and is not in a hurry. Advanced geneticization. Chen Mo's thoughts moved, and the creep began to surge again on the fortress. Ding. It is detected that the host has obtained enough resources. According to the system deduction, you can start a round of leap evolution by using Star Soul cooperation. You can choose genes such as metal, infection, space, etc. The success rate of deduction evolution is 99.9%. Please choose one gene as the main evolutionary type. Choose metal. Chen Mo thought carefully and made a choice. At present, he is more and needs to face the enemy. Therefore, it is necessary to enhance the ability of offensive construction. Once again leap and evolve, his mushroom race devouring ability will be stronger. If combined with a stronger metal gene, the resources on the asteroid can be used more effectively. Absorbing various metal elements, there is a lot to do. I hope that this evolution can absorb the seam element, so that when I make a star core, I don't have to buy additional manganese ore. Quote. Chen Mo thought, manganese ore is very rare, and if successful, it could save a lot of money. At the same time, Chen Mo will also have a unique mineral in the future. Because the concentration is too low, others can't mine it, but he can. This brings unique advantages. At this time, War Zone 33, Life Planet number 2. Lu Fan paced back and forth in the base. Appears anxious. Damn it. 2.4. Take it, you take the video. I'm all ready to come to beg for peace. Don't take my video, didn't you see it? Or do you despise me? Anyway, this is my last chance. As long as Chen Mo dares to accept the video, I will win half. At least you won't lose. I'm lucky to be able to reach a cooperation with Chen Mo and turn the corner into peace. Gritting his teeth, Lu Fan continued to send requests. He was very lucky and found a very rare deposit. Invaluable. At this time, he has occupied this mining area. Except for Chen Mo, no one can take it away. No, it should be said that unless he voluntarily gives up, even Chen Mo can't take it away. This deposit is very special. If attacked by force, he can destroy the deposit. Nobody gets it. With this as a bargaining chip, we can definitely get Chen Mo to cooperate. Even if it is false. It was enough for him to be safe. If you are lucky, you will be able to pretend to be a tiger and develop it secretly. Chapter 186 Star Soul Powerhouse. 3 to 7 points. Can Master Chen be happy? One more. The fortress, amidst a surging creep. A large number of resources are consumed. Aside, the huge magical heart roared loudly. The former transports matter and the latter supplies energy. The whole evolution proceeds quickly. In an orderly manner, there are many green-skinned engineers recording data and allocating resources. The leap at the genetic level brings about qualitative change. All parasite armies have been enhanced. Now. Ends with a brand new leap evolution. Genetic transformation. The phagocytosis and growth genes have been enhanced. Some greenskins found their ability to absorb sunlight increased. Lie down for a while and you'll be full. Leviathan also grows more rapidly. Can effectively absorb useful elements in rocks. From soil to rock to rare elements. The scope of application of phagocytic ability is enhanced step by step. On the asteroid, the growing gravitational core also speeds up significantly. The divine will has changed. Perceiving this change, the astral world boiled. All cheered. Praise the great divine will. Change the nature of the individual at will, and instantly enhance the strength of your own. In the eyes of many parasites, Chen Mo is no different from a god. In their hearts, Chen Mo reigns supreme. Because of this, the astral world also expanded slightly. Unexpected changes occurred inside the Terra Manor at this time. The mermaids 29 were also delighted. Dian was on the ground, praising Chen Mo. They share this joy, especially the Aaron sisters. Because they belong to Chen Mo's blessed ones. At this moment, Chen Mo is stronger, and they are stronger too. Double the joy. No, they will influence and stimulate each other. So 4 times happy. The two sisters were so excited that they almost screamed. This evolutionary carnival lasted for more than 10 minutes before it slowly subsided. This is also because the parasite army attaches great importance to efficiency. Very restrained. If it were a common race, such a fundamental change, the carnival would not stop at all. Ding. Deduction evolution has been completed, metal genes have evolved, and your ability to absorb and manipulate metal elements has been improved. Your exclusive race has completed the 3rd genetic leap, its essence has been improved, the collective will has been improved, and your spiritual power has been enhanced. The 4th genetic leap is expected to require about 20 billion worth of resources, of which irreplaceable resources are evolutionary medicine, tiburium ore, manganese ore. Drain and manipulate metal elements. At this time, Chen Mo also smiled. This time, manganese ore has fallen. As long as there is a certain amount of descriptive elements, he can use it. The benefits of this are amazing. And there is no need to worry about being robbed from him. This is his unique ability, and it costs almost nothing. Just like planting an apple tree and growing apples. Chen Mo grows Leviathan, creep, etc., and it grows wrong. Not only that, my strength has also reached the peak of the blue star soul. Chen Mo looked at the halo on the back of his hand. In the blue, there was already a hint of purple. Already on the verge of a breakthrough. One more leap in evolution, you can reach the purple level. It needs to consume about 20 billion resources, which is not much, but there are several general swallowing evolutions. If you add up, it should cost about 40 billion resources. As for the necessary materials, it is almost ready, but the manganese ore is still a little worse. Chen Mo compared the resources at hand. As long as he takes another leap to evolve, he is qualified to be called a Star Soul Powerhouse. The purple ring, the mark of the Star Soul Powerhouse. It is also the backbone of the Star Soul world. Achieving the purple star soul will allow you to reach level 2.0 civilization. This level of star soul is already very powerful, and I am not afraid of general side effects. I have no learning threshold for almost all federally certified knowledge. At that time, bring the blank voucher and go to the big library to have a look. However, the Star Soul powerhouse is only strong, not the supreme one. Compared with the Star God, it is far worse. Not to mention the 100-seat parliamentarians who hold authority and lead the entire Star Soul world. Fortunately, no need to worry. After I defeat the Temple of Heaven in War Zone 33, and then swept through War Zone 38, the resources collected must be massive. In addition, the agricultural planet also developed at that time, ushering in a bumper harvest. The combined resources of the two can easily support evolutionary consumption. By the time, I must be famous in the Star Soul world, far from being able to compare with ordinary Star Soul powerhouses, so as to obtain a lot of resources from the Federation. And I will end the entire assessment as a newcomer king, and the world after that will be vast. Chen Mo analyzed it carefully. Not in a hurry at all. His development is so fast that it can even be said to explode. Every day, we have to re-summarize the combat power and update the combat style. If it weren't for the help of the biological mastermind and the queen, he would not be able to adapt. It's too fast to grasp. If the rest of the players are flying the plane, Chen Mo is opening the portal. Complete in one step. At this time, even the top rookie geniuses couldn't catch up with him. So Chen Mo can plan carefully and make choices calmly. He does not need to be forced to sacrifice long-term benefits in order to contribute value or short-term benefits. His plan can be the optimal solution under the long-term interests. The new king, the Star Soul powerhouse, and the Star God gene will all be on the way. Just at this time, Lu Fan's video request sounded again. But he definitely couldn't get in touch with Chen Mo. Instead, he entrusted the middleman, Luo Bing. Lu Fan found me and said that he had a manganese ore field and snatched it from the Temple of Heaven. The mine is well equipped and has been mined for 100 years, but there are still a lot of lead ore in the depths. It's worth a lot, and he hopes to develop it together with you for a win-win cooperation. The way of dividing is for you, and he can undertake all the specific affairs. After Luo Bing finished speaking, looking at Chen Mo with a complicated expression. This is the card of the first strong player in the rookie area. Such a good thing, everyone is rushing to send it. She is also now the nominally strongest in District 38. But no one does that at all. No one can do this except Chen Mo. Okay, wrong. Chen Mo was not interested at all. But when he heard the manganese ore, his eyes lit up. Such luck. Unexpectedly, the ability to absorb manganese has just evolved, and this can come in handy. In a manganese ore field, the mines that can be mined are only a few 810. Chen Mo was discouraged by the surrounding area. Yes, he can directly absorb more beneficial elements from it. And manganese ore is the resource he needs most now. If you spend money to buy it, it's not worth it. If you can dig it yourself, it means you don't need any money, and you can sell as much as you can. Earn blood. But this split, 30%, too much. Chen Mo said calmly. Yes, you are the overlord of the newcomer area, and the other party takes 30%, which is indeed a lot, and he is usually very arrogant and speaks ill of you in the newcomer area many times. If you don't want to talk, how about I sing this blackface and talk to you about 10%? Luo Bing thought for a moment and said seriously. She still had the confidence to negotiate. After all, Chen Mo has an absolute advantage. By the way, don't think about grabbing it hard. I've seen it just now, this mine is near a crater. If a conflict breaks out, the entire Rong mine area will be flooded with magma. At that time, the manganese ore is melted in the magma and diluted into an element, and no one can get it. Quote. Conflict is a lose-lose situation. Although Lu Fan didn't say it clearly, but he dared to talk to you, I believe this is where his confidence lies. Maybe he has placed explosives in the entire area. As long as you move a little bit, the entire Rong mining area will explode into the sky. Luo Bing analyzed it carefully. No, I'll talk to him in person. Chen Mo opened the map and began to look at the mining area that Lu Fan said. How to talk? Of course it's the big guy, have a good talk. Still 1%. It also depends on his mood. Chapter 187 The Crushing of Civilized Technology. To please me, give you a chance. Lizard Dragon Scales. 2 more. The Temple of Heaven actually has a mining area here. It's still that big. This area, this mining depth, is a bit exaggerated. Chen Mo carefully checked some of the photos that Lu Fan asked Luo Bing to forward. It feels unlikely. According to the scale of this mining area, the reserves of the entire manganese deposit are astonishing. Can reach the level of large deposits. The Temple of Heaven could not give up. They are far from exhausted. With Lu Fan alone, it is impossible to grab it from them. Unless, just looking big. Is it actually a small deposit? Or the mining years are too long? Only some scraps remain. Chen Mo took the photo, went to the big think tank scholar Lilia, and asked. There are experts here. It's a pity not to prostitute for nothing. In terms of think tanks, Chen Mo is no worse than Lu Fan, the second generation rich. After Lilia's analysis, Chen Mo has a clear understanding of manganese ore. It should have been mined for too long, and it's almost been dug. Now that it has been mined to a depth of 5,000 meters underground, the Temple of Heaven is obviously not ready to continue excavation because the cost is already high. It can also be seen from this that the Temple of Heaven is very wasteful in terms of ore mining and metal smelting and processing, and the technology is very immature. Of course, it should have something to do with the model of their civilization. The top gods don't care about such trivial matters, and they don't lack resources at all. So don't pay attention. Some underlying technologies are not well developed. Quote. Lu Fan should know this, but in order to highlight his advantages, he chose to withhold this information. Of course, even if there is only a little left, it is also a huge wealth for the newcomers who are just starting out. Quote. And it can't be ruled out that the mining technology of the Tianshan Temple is backward, and for them, the strata of manganese ore cannot be extracted, but the Star Soul world can. If you are lucky, the remaining amount of manganese ore will be much more than expected. Manganese ore, priced in grams. The price per gram fluctuates between 100,000 and 150,000. Because of the difficulty of mining, the reserves are low. Therefore, on the trading platform, the price of lead ore fluctuates violently. When the amount is small and the amount is large, the price difference can be 50%. At present, manganese ore is at its peak price. 1 gram requires 146,000. Chen Mo thought about it carefully. The queen is called. Aishi, have you seen the Temple of Heaven looking for manganese ore before? How is their technology? The queen recalled carefully, said, Master, the Temple of Heaven once looked for manganese ore in the ocean world, but after they discovered tellurium ore, they gave up the search. Then they found it in the surrounding asteroid belt, and their starships ran around, busy for almost a year, and transported a lot of equipment and personnel. I heard that some precious ores were mined, and even that piece of meteorites were taken away by them. Now that I think about it, it should be chrome ore. After listening to the queen's answer, Chen Mo nodded. Tellurium ore uses manganese ore as the initial development material, and there is a large amount of tellurium ore, so naturally there is no wrong ore. So the Temple of Heaven simply gave up searching on the ocean planet. However, it is precisely because of the existence of a large number of tellurium ore that they are sure that there may be wrong ore around. How much manganese did they mine? Chen Mo asked again. The queen shook her head and said apologetically, I don't know about that, because we are too ugly in the eyes of the Tianshan Temple, so it is usually difficult to deal with them. In the area of AA Star Harbor, the Murlocs have no right to approach. So although the Temple of Heaven has been busy for more than a year, but the queen doesn't know the specific harvest of the other party. However, I have secretly counted the round-trip time of their spaceships, and the number of deliveries. Once they also dumped a batch of useless ore into the tellurium mining area. Ah, useless ore samples. Chen Mo's heart moved, and he hurriedly asked the queen to take a look. In a few minutes, there is a mermaid holding an ore in both hands. The ore is purple, and upon closer inspection, the purple light seems to be still flowing. Very magical. Master, the people in the Temple of Heaven and Earth call it purple slag. It is a useless stone around manganese ore, but contains some beneficial elements, and they are dumped in the tellurium mining area, hoping to obtain a higher quality form. The queen explained softly from the side. And Chen Mo is already laughing. Where is this slag? This is obviously low-purity manganese ore. At this time, it reflects the gap between civilization and technology. The technology of Star Soul World can mine this low-purity manganese ore. The Tianshan Temple knew that there was lead ore in it, but it couldn't purify it. As for Chen Mo, his extraction ability is even higher than the mining technology commonly used in the Star Soul World. He can use any real slag lower than this. Since the Temple of Heaven regards this as slag, doesn't that mean? Looking at the mine map again, Chen Mo couldn't help but feel hot in his heart. As for Lu Fan's threat, he didn't take it to heart at all. He did not intend to use the general mining technology of the Star Soul world. Instead, let the Leviathan go directly. Swallow the entire mining area, purify it in the body, absorb the concentrated manganese element, and then pull it out. Master, do you need me to take down this area? The queen couldn't help but feel happy when she saw Chen Mo's smile. She knows that this means that the master has something to gain. So she immediately asked to play and wanted to contribute. You don't have to go through this kind of lock. Chen Mo shook his head, looking at the eager-eyed queen, he continued. Your current main task is to continuously transform the ocean planet, strive to get it to the best agricultural planet as soon as possible, and then quickly organize the knowledge in your brain. As for occupying the mining area, I will let Irene go, and by the way, transform the ocean on planet Evolution 1. Chen Mo said and ordered the matter. Yes, my master. The queen smiled sweetly. For Chen Mo's arrangement, she felt warm in her heart. Master, she is so considerate, she is worried that she will be distracted by dealing with too many things. You have to work hard, try to sort out more knowledge as soon as possible, and work hard to repay the master. To cultivate more excellent mermaids, and use them for the master. Quote. In the future, if you attack the site of the Temple of Heaven, you will definitely start a lot of planets, and you will need the governor of the planet to manage them. The queen thought silently in her heart. Irene obeyed the call and came, and she was also happy. This time, it was her chance to perform. Master, what if the man refuses to leave the mining area? Aaron is cautious, so I want to know Chen Mo's attitude in advance. It doesn't matter, whether he refuses or not, the result is the same. Whoever dares to stay in the mining area will be killed directly. Chen Mo said. As ordered, Aaron readily accepted the order. Looking at the excited and flushed Irene, the queen couldn't help but snicker. Just like that, the look of the daughter, the look in the eyes, whatever the master asks her to do, right. But her own daughter, she knows. Very restrained. Emotions are hidden in the eyes. Stupid mouth. Just say follow orders, but not too many fancy expressions. You have to have a kung fu in your mouth. The queen thought. Chen Mo nodded with satisfaction. Irene's emotions, he clearly felt. The other party is eager to please him. Hope to see it differently. In this case, the money is good, he doesn't mind giving the other party a chance. Do more exercise and see how the other party is doing. As for Lu Fan, Chen Mo didn't care at all. After instructing Aaron, Chen Mo took out a scale and an eggshell from the certificate of conquest. Said to be scales. In fact, just look at the size, there are more than 100 square meters area. Put it on the ground, like a small playground. Under the sun, the scales were pitch black. Not the slightest flash was seen. This is also why the scales appear black. Because it absorbs most of the light. Only a small amount of infrared wavelengths are reflected. Therefore, in the perspective of the magic eye, the scales are not black, but exudes a faint scarlet mix. Of course, both black and red look weird. It is conceivable that the huge monster wearing this scale must be terrifying. Around it the darkness shrouded. Light cannot pass through. This is a magical item obtained from the lizard dragon lair. Completely different from the scales of Lizardosaurus. Of course, it is perfectly reasonable to doubt. These are the scales of a lizard dragon that underwent metamorphosis as an adult. Chapter 188. It smells like an evil god. Talk to Mu Yao in depth. 3 more. The environment in the universe is very bad. It is a forbidden area for ordinary creatures. Even a 9th rank powerhouse can't stay longer. There are all kinds of rays, low temperature. Of course, there is always a way to do physical damage. The most terrifying is the danger that cannot be completely defended against. When losing the protection of the planet's will, the living body needs to face various disturbances of consciousness. Evil gods, orthodox gods, beings who want to return in history, god-level civilizations with bad intentions. In short, the various disturbances of consciousness are extremely strong. Ordinary people who never dream, go to the void and dream, and inadvertently, they will touch some indescribable existence. Therefore, in the universe, ghost battleships are not uncommon. This kind of warship is usually kept at a distance. Because it is basically polluted. There are various reasons for the pollution. It may be that someone above woke up, suddenly acquired some kind of strange knowledge, and then lost control on the ship and turned into a monster. It is also possible that, silently, a boatload of people died directly in the dream. Of course, there are dangers in not dreaming. Especially in the quiet, some unexpected whisper, some strange flash in the dark night sky. In short, in the universe, danger is everywhere. Even if it is a ninth-order powerhouse, if you stay for a long time, you need to prepare a sedative. Or, dreamless potion. Of course, people in the Star Soul world don't need these. As long as the Star Soul is awakened, it is equivalent to being under the protection of the Star Soul world forever. But the civilization at hand is still unavoidable. They need to use a lot of various potions to make sure they don't run the risk of losing control. And the review department is necessary. They all follow one principle. Loyalty is not absolute, absolutely not loyal. And in this case, cosmic beings that can live alone. Very impressive. Perseverance in life is the most basic. You must also have the ability to resist disturbance of consciousness and obtain sufficient nutrients and energy. Especially when the body shape is hundreds of kilometers long, or even a huge planet. Ordinary eating methods have been difficult to meet their needs. Just like the gods use high-energy minerals such as tiberium or magic crystal. Among the beings in the universe, many terrifying beings have also been born, even evil gods. Their potential is terrifying. The way it can be used to obtain energy is naturally extraordinary. In other words, any kind of cosmic life that can gain a foothold in the universe and give birth to offspring has different means. Even unique. And this scale is a partial embodiment of the unique means of the lizard dragon. A. Adult lizard dragon scales. Origin. The loot obtained in the battle with the Temple of Heaven, CJCE, the rookie Chen Mo. This lizard dragon's lair was discovered on an asteroid at the edge of the star sector. This scale was collected by the juvenile lizard dragon, which may also be a proof of contact with the mother. Description. This scale has a strong ability to absorb rays, and to a certain extent, can reduce the disturbance of consciousness. Incredible ability. Our engineers have carried out various high-intensity tests and found that it is already comparable to the so-called artifact of ordinary indigenous people. There is reason to suspect that this belongs to the scales of god-level creatures. This is an item description written by Chen Mo based on the research information of the Greenskin engineers. The description is simple, but I believe that anyone who sees it will understand what it means. Powerful, divine, connected to the matrix. No matter which word it is, it means that this scale is invaluable. Especially to reduce disturbance of consciousness. This ability is of great value. If it is used with a good sedative, the effect will be very good. Of course, it is impossible to completely block the disturbance of consciousness. Even the Star Soul world can't do it. From this, it can be seen that even reducing the disturbance of consciousness is very remarkable. It is quite the same as in the universe, there is an additional amulet. At critical moments, it might save lives. If this is sold, many people are willing to make crazy bids. After all, I don't need it myself, but it is very useful to give key subordinates and make protective equipment. In the blind spot where the gods are watching, you can even use this to secretly check the gods. Without losing your mind immediately. But this ability is very tasteless to Chen Mo. His subordinates don't need it, and he doesn't even need it. What he cares about is another ability. Absorb rays. Sunlight is also a type of ray. His exclusive race is currently able to absorb rays. But only at a fraction of the wavelengths of sunlight. Therefore, on the fortress, you can see that the sky is always dark, but if you look closely, you will find a faint red. This is because the red light is not absorbed and is reflected back. And this lizard dragon scale is a step further, almost all rays will be absorbed. Especially visible light makes it very dark. This ability would be very useful if Bastion also had it. In this way, the fortress can be moved just by absorbing all kinds of rays in the universe. The most important thing is that these scales are extremely resistant to damage such as light. Even attacks can be absorbed, which is equivalent to charging. Wherever the entire fortress flies, darkness falls. If you add a gravitational core, you can distort the light and swallow it. Twist the void and devour everything. That scene, squirt. Come to think of it, it smells like a demon. This ability will be very powerful, and it just matches Chen Mo's Devour and Growth ability. Really, I didn't expect it. With so many harvests, the most anticipated one is actually a scale. This may be my exclusive race, and it is a key part of the cosmos. Having the ability to survive without a living planet is a cosmic life. With a thought, Chen Mo asked people to take the scales to the fortress. Inlaid first. Slowly try parasitic infection. If you can infect this scale and get more information, you may be able to mass produce it. just like parasitic infection of ancient technological creations. After arranging the scales, Chenmo looked at the eggshell again. There's nothing magical about this. It should be collected purely as a memento of birth by Lizardosaurus. Just in time. The watch vibrates slightly. A friend sent a message. Chenmo immediately opened it to check. It is the strong woman Mu Yao. She was already busy with her own affairs, and heard that Chenmo had time. So get ready to come now. Mr. Chen, I have already submitted a request to open the channel, can I come over now? I also brought Mi with me, the one I told you last time. She is a strong star soul, and she is good at fighting, she just played against the Temple of Heaven not long ago. Maybe I can give you some professional advice. Guaranteed to let you deal with the Temple of Heaven and be handy. By the way, regarding the portal communication, thank you very much for your invitation. I fully agree to deepen cooperation. But the specific details, I want to talk to you in depth in person. Chapter 189 Lie on the advection and met the horizontal push flow. Do you call this a good chat? One more. I also brought you a small gift. Thank you for taking care of me all this time. Mu Yao continued. She is still very grateful to Chenmo in her heart. I am also glad that I met Chenmo at the beginning. Confused, forced, to sign the agreement. But from now on, the original choice was simply perfect. Not only overcame the difficulties in operation, but also established trust with Chenmo. Not even a friend, but they already know each other very well. Is a very trustworthy partner. Welcome. I just have time right now. Chenmo replied to the message. At the same time, I agree to the entry request issued by Mu Yao. At present, the 8 suitable planets under Chenmo's command are all transforming the ocean. With Queen and Tiberium, the process will be quick. Up to 5 days. Instead, it is a trained planetary governor. It will take longer than this. Anyway, some agricultural planets are already producing. After that, fishery products will be continuously provided. Therefore, it is an urgent matter to arrange sales channels. It must be done before all kinds of fish grow up. When it is time to ship, it is best to put it all out in one go. After all, unlike ore, if you put fish for a day, it will grow old. The quality of the meat will be worse and the price will be lower. The most suitable delivery time is the days when it has just grown and matured. In short, negotiating a trustworthy sales channel is a must. It will save a lot of trouble later. Looking forward to deepening cooperation with Mu Yao. At this time, Planet 2. FK. The big one is coming. Chenmo is here, everyone run away. FK. Do you really want to kill them all? Don't panic, we have established a base, and the other party dare not do anything to us. I'm afraid of a chicken. The big deal is to give up the mining area and directly loot the Temple of Heaven, which is also very profitable. As long as I'm poor enough, Chenmo can't help me. Don't Brother Fan have a large mining area? He also invested a lot of money. Brother Fan is afraid that this wave is going to lose a lot. Hey, who isn't? I spent 2 million yuan in the mining area to run the business. This wave is for Chenmo's infrastructure. Laying flat flow to horizontal pushing flow, this wave is just one word, miserable. Brother Fan, why don't you hurry up and rescue the equipment? Yeah, now you can earn a little bit of money and get some blood back. Lu Fan looked at the suddenly lively chat area and couldn't help smiling confidently. Ah, a bunch of idiots, really think I'm like you. Chenmo. I'm not wrong. The other party will not dare to touch my mining area. Go as far as you want. As soon as the voice fell, the sky suddenly dimmed. A huge shadow appeared above the head. Looking at the veiled Leviathan, Lu Fan was dumbfounded. An overwhelming army of parasites. Coming. The entire sky began to dim. Boom. Boom. Huge machines were spit out from Leviathan's mouth. The giant green belt took the machinery and began to airborne. Stop. Who are you? Here, as the great stars. Snapped. There's no nonsense about Mermaid Aaron. Slapped directly in the air. The guard who summoned up his courage and tried to come forward to Akshuan slapped flying. The people of these slave owners Lu Fan are loyal. But it doesn't make sense. With such power, it also pretends to be great. Aaron stands on Leviathan's head. Indifferent. The master's enemy is her enemy. For the enemy, it must be as cold and ruthless as the cold winter. Facing Aaron's words, Lu Fan was at a loss for words. The whole popularity jumped up and down. Did he make a mistake? He was a dignified master of star souls, and was actually mocked by a slave. Even in front of him, he beat up his people. The dog also depends on the owner. Chen Mo, you deceive people too much. Don't go any further, you slaves. If you dare to walk forward half a step, I will immediately detonate the entire mining area. Magma pours into the mining area. When all the manganese ore melts in it, you won't even think about it. Can you hear it clearly? Get me back now. Lu Fan is not someone who hesitates. Lift off immediately. At the same time, let all the men evacuated from the mining area. The mines that have just been mined are also not needed. Show your resolve. In short, whoever dares to rob him, don't want it. At the same time, he immediately contacted Luo Bing. Confused and angry, Chen Mo can't afford to offend him, but what the hell, are you sure Luo Bing isn't asking for him? The contact you said was good, why did you call me directly? He believes that Chen Mo is not crazy. Such a good mining area. He works steadily with Chen Mo. You can even help each other in secret. Of course, this should not be too obvious, but he can be sure that he is the only one who can make Chen Mo jealous. Manganese ore. The value is so high. Goddess Luo, didn't you say you must help me contact Chen Mo? As soon as the video was switched on, Lu Fan asked. Hearing this, it was Luo Bingkeo's turn. Chen Mo said to talk to you in person. Why, hasn't he contacted you yet? Don't worry if you don't. What do you mean by that tone? I don't owe you anything. Luo Bing said in a cold tone. This attitude of the other party made her very unhappy. Hearing what Luo Bing said, Lu Fan was taken aback for a moment, and then he reacted. His face was extremely ugly. He turned the camera to the giant leviathan in the sky. This is what Chen Mo calls a good chat. Then his communication method is quite special. Since this is the case, then I have to make some responses. I am not a soft persimmon. Lu Fan does not hesitate. He took out the remote control in his hand. Press lightly. Boom. A mine was blasted away. Lava surges. The whole volcano is rumbling. Some kind of power is brewing underground. As long as you stimulate it a little, the entire area will be blasted to the sky and turned into a sea of AA magma. Then let's not talk about mining. In the entire mining area, even a complete stone could not be found. Chen Mo, you come out. I know you're looking here. Hiding behind a woman is nothing. I, Lu Fan, put my words here today. I can't get it in this mining area, so don't even think about it. Don't even take a gram of ore with you. Lu Fan shouted loudly. At this moment, half of the mining area was engulfed by magma. Enough to show determination. This time, he wants to retire Chen Mo's army of millions. If the other party does not retreat, this loss, Do not impulse. You've shown determination to sit down and have a good talk. On the other end, Luo Bing was startled. Unexpectedly, the conflict has intensified to such a level. Chen Mo must have wanted to exert extreme pressure. But obviously, this time he was wrong. Underestimated Lu Fan's determination, resulting in the loss of a mining area in vain. This loss, it hurts her heart just thinking about it. At least tens of billions. What's wrong with having this money? Two people have to fight. Back up. I said the number, 20%, how about it? Chen Mo, don't be too greedy. 2 or no more. Lu Fan's expression was extremely fierce, and he spoke softly. However, no one responded to him. Leviathan continues to enter the atmosphere. The sky began to rain green skin. Seeing this, Lu Fan panicked. He thought about various situations and cleverly arranged countermeasures. Even the explosives were not exploded at one time, but arranged twice. The purpose is to show determination at critical moments. But Chen Mo hid in the dark and pretended not to know. I don't want to deal with him at all. Deliberately put a lot of pressure on him. In this case, don't blame me for not giving you a chance. Gritting his teeth, Lu Fan directly pressed the switch. Next moment, the ground began to shake. The volcano erupted. As the magma surged, terrifying black smoke rushed out of the atmosphere, like a huge beacon. The entire continent trembled slightly. The movement here is huge. The entire planet felt it in an instant. Many newcomers even noticed this situation at high altitude. Hi, did you blow up the mining area? Brother Fan is awesome, and he won't let Chen Mo succeed if he can't get it. Go. Brothers are about to follow suit. Yeah, why didn't I expect that as long as the entire planet is rotten enough, Chen Mo won't come to occupy it? It's not enough to lie flat, it has to be rotten. Wipe shit on your body. I never imagined this way. Lu Fanjun is the first person to fight against Chen Mo. This trick works. Look, those big monsters are in a hurry. Yeah, it's still flying down, it's all magma, and there's nothing left. Ha ha ha, he's in a hurry, he's in a hurry. What are you doing? If you're in a hurry, the rabbit will bite. Alas sin, what a fine ore. Humph, it's all Chen Mo's fault, he wasted the resource potential of the entire 33rd theater. Brothers rush directly to the mining area. Fry. For a time, the entire number 2 life planet. All ready to act. At Chapter 190 surprised Mu Yao. So big, the master will love it. 2 more. Hello Boss Chen, long time no see. Welcome. Chen Mo walked to the entrance of the parent star to greet him. Although the two only met for the second time, they were already familiar with each other. Transactions are usually carried out in accordance with the agreement. In free time, we will also chat. He just picked a noon time, and came over just to squat for a meal. Mu Yao stuck out her tongue and said with a smile. Cough, I almost forgot. Let me introduce, this is my good friend Lu Ru, the Star Soul powerhouse, currently in the 29th War Zone, Elite. This is a great talent, the first in the rookie area, and my collaborator, Chen Mo. Mu Yao introduced each other. What a coincidence, we meet again. The Star Soul is immortal. Lu Ru smiled and stretched out his hand. The Star Soul is immortal. Chen Mo also stretched out his hand, gently touched it politely and loosened it. In his heart, he was slightly stunned. Isn't this the woman who bought his commander's ring before? At that time, he also said that he had found a bad guy, and the premium was 30%. Well, every time I tell Mu Yao about this, I will be embarrassed now. And, it's a coincidence that I met this sentence again, and it was the second time I heard it. The last time he opened a permanent channel, he set the teleportation location at the August 27th teleportation square in Shanghai City. As soon as I opened it, I saw this woman. A mature and beautiful type, with a very good figure and strong capital. We met twice, so Chen Mo was very impressed. Chen Mo was looking at Lu Ru, and Lu Ru was naturally observing Chen Mo. At this moment, she was even more shocked than Chen Mo. I thought, people would never meet again. I don't know, it didn't take long before we met again. Still in such a sudden way. What a coincidence. And compared to the last time we met, this time, Chen Mo gave her a stronger feeling. Especially when the two shook hands just now. This point, she felt absolutely cannot be wrong. What a strong newcomer. And around, she looked around, and the surroundings had changed drastically compared to when she came before. Especially the ocean not far away, naturally, attracts people's attention. There are huge cities there. On the other hand, it is teleportation array. She couldn't help being surprised and said a voice. This made Mu Yao also look at it. For a time, the two girls opened their mouths slightly, shocked. Let's go to the manor and sit down and talk, Chen Mo said with a smile. Standing at the entrance of the parent star all the time is not a problem. At the same time, he ordered the food prepared by the mermaids to be presented. Of course, these are not just for eating. The fish from various planets under his command naturally also meant that Mu Yao could taste it himself. Without physical objects, it is naturally difficult to talk about cooperation. Well, then I'll disturb Boss Chen. Mu Yao nodded. She really wanted to go to the teleportation array now. But the startled look just now was already very rude. Appears like a douchebag, so this will only be forced to hold back curiosity. As a Star Soul powerhouse, Lu Ru was even more so. Precisely because he is well informed, he has come here. She knows better how difficult it is to build a portal at this time. She didn't expect it, she thought it was a trip to guide the newcomers. Would be so shocking. Suddenly, he cried out. Incredible. In short, she is more and more interested in Chen Mo, this handsome little guy. At this time, what Chen Mo didn't know was that on the number 2 life planet, Lu Fan was threatening him loudly. Shout out. But Lu Fan didn't know either, Chen Mo really didn't hear it. His order has already been given. And he didn't care about Lu Fan at all, and he was entertaining guests at this moment. So didn't pay attention to the war zone thing. So, in his rage, Lu Fan destroyed the entire mining area. It looked like it had been filled with magma, and some of it was sprayed into the half-empty mining area. Lu Fan was in pain. But he had a sneer on his face. Especially knowing that everyone is ready to emulate him later. Finally, or he raised the flag. This was the first shot against Chen Mo. And, looks like a success. Ahahaha, are you trying to rescue now? Manganese ore is easily soluble in magma high temperature, now it's too late. Poor mermaid, wait for your master to beat you to death. As the sister of one of the mermaid twins, Erin is also very famous in the newcomer area. Lu Fan has been paying attention to Chen Mo's intelligence all the year round, which is naturally clear. You are killing yourself. Irene didn't even look at Lu Fan at all. On the other hand, Luo Bing sneered and sneered. At this moment, she has already reacted. Chen Mo can't be so hasty. Just look at his calm subordinates. There should be a backhand. Maybe it's because of the loss. Perhaps there are additional discoveries. For example, a star core. Luo Bing was suddenly startled. Thought of a possibility. Manganese ore, not only can be used for mining. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but be more and more sure that Chen Mo must be doing something big. At this time, in the newcomer area, there are many talents. This point of view has also been raised. Star core. In theory, Chen Mo, who fought in outer space, may indeed have acquired tiberium. But life planet number 2 is very risky to transform, and it might lose money. Don't have half a bucket of water upstairs, just shake it there and change it. Let me tell you this, with such a rich manganese element area, it is almost certain to succeed, and there is a high probability of giving birth to a blue form. Good luck. The vine-like red top form also has a glimmer of hope. Chen Mo didn't look at the newcomer area. Otherwise, at this time, he must be surprised that everyone's imagination is so rich. Even by mistake, he guessed part of his plan. But what? The planet where the star core is planted is not the number 2 life planet. This one, he is planning to mine, and then transform it into an agricultural planet. At this moment, in the discussion of the crowd, under the command of Irene, Leviathan has reached the slightly cooled magma. Start collecting manganese. At the same time, measure the size carefully. Erin ordered. Hopefully the scale is big enough for the owner to like it. The bigger it is, the happier the owner is. Erin thought silently in her heart. As for the cries of slave owners outside the mining area, she didn't pay attention at all. It's just that the other party was talking, and he even spoke ill of the master. Intolerable. Bold. You are courting death. Murder erupted in her eyes. Not only her. The first Leviathan under Erin's feet also turned her head. Look at Lu Fan. The huge blue pupils are like 2 giant searchlights. Even during the day. Look over. In the area around Lu Fan, there was also an instant crackling sound. There are a large number of electrostatic arcs, like small snakes, constantly emerging and dying. For a time, at the same time, he was locked by 2 powerful gazes, one was extremely cold, and the other was like a beast. Lu Fan, who was venting his rants, shivered suddenly. On the forehead, dense cold sweat emerged. But as soon as it came out, it turned into white frost. For a time, he didn't dare to say a word. Roar. Leviathan roared. Terrifying sound waves turned into a gust of wind whistling past. For a time, many guards around Lu Fan were blown away directly. Fat slapped loudly. The mountain on which Lu Fan was standing was directly blown away by the strong wind. The huge cosmic monster with a length of 23 kilometers, with a light roar, is so terrifying. Face it all. Lu Fan was completely stupid. Duan, this is the pinnacle of legend. A look, a roar is so terrifying. Oh my god, let's blow up the mining area and run away. My small body, I'm afraid I can't stand the power of this roar. However, Lu Fan is still very strong and powerful. Indeed, he dares to face the might of this thunder-like beast, it's incredible. I admire Lu Fan a little bit. Look at the comments in the newcomer area, and the newcomers shouting in the distance. Lu Fan wanted to scold his mother. He wants to run. Chen Mo couldn't be bothered anymore. But the problem is, at the moment his feet are weak, and the way. 2.4. If you dare to speak again, I will kill you. Erin snorted coldly. She was about to withdraw her gaze, but she saw a light flickering under Lu Fan's feet. Stars, purple glow. Because of Leviathan's roar just now, it blew out. This is. Irene was overjoyed and took a photo directly in the air. Boom. Lu Fan was smashed and injured in place. And where he stood, there is a big hole. Inside the pit. Purple mansions flow. It's purple scum. No, not right. Slightly lower than the purple slag grade. As if it had been refined once. Then it is very loosely piled together. Suddenly, Irene seemed to have discovered something. Several similar hills around it were continuously blasted, and there were purple ons flowing. It turned out that this hill was not formed naturally. It is the accumulation of manganese slag that has been smelted once. In the past 100 years of mining, purple slag and a large amount of slag were mixed and piled up on the side of the mining area. Formed a mountain pack. Realize this. Aaron was crazy with joy. Contact the owner now. So many people, so big. Irene was so excited that she was incoherent. Chapter 191 One-fold. No, fracture. Tiburium mining area mutation. 3 more. Hold. Chen Mo, how dare you humiliate me like this? I don't share the sky with you. Lu Fan was blown away by the mermaid, and fell to the ground. Finally, his feet were no longer soft. Drip directly. It hurts. You bastards, don't help me up quickly. Lu Fan shouted and ordered his men to help him up. Originally, he was very satisfied with the development of his own exclusive civilization. The result is completely incomparable to Chen Mo. Now, it made him feel that the strength at hand was not fragrant at all. Master, they seem to be eating rocks. On the side, a subordinate's eyes widened. Some unbelievable. It is difficult for ordinary civilization to understand this kind of behavior. But as a genius in the Star Soul world, Lu Fan's eyes narrowed. He realized something was wrong. These monsters they are able to swallow such highly polluted slag. No, it might be eaten, not digested, but stored and transported to other planets. Damn, why is there so much slag here? The Temple of Heaven is a beast. It dumped so much slag here. The more Lu Fan thought about it, the more annoyed he became. This time, his mining area is considered to be in vain. No, Chen Mo didn't know there was slag at first. Then he is so decisive, does it mean that? He couldn't help looking at the magma-filled mining area. At this time, the magma had begun to solidify, turning into a dark, smoking stone. 29. Like mermaid eyes, they have accelerated cooling and solidified. Then, Leviathan opened his mouth wide. Take a sip. A large pit with a diameter of more than 100 meters appeared. One bite, then another bite. Seeing this scene, Lu Fan shuddered in his heart. This melted. Still works. Now, he is real. Heart is very sad. The other newcomers in the 33 theaters were also dumbfounded. There's too much noise here. Lu Fan is their leader. Everyone is looking at the situation here. At this time, a newcomer reacted and immediately said, Brothers, don't blow it up. It's no use anymore. You look at the situation on Lu Fan's side. In short, such a mining method is outrageous. Lousy is busy buying explosives. You tell me what the hell. This directly ate the mining area. What's this for? Dig a swimming pool. Han, who is smart upstairs, what if someone really believes it? Obviously, these minerals diluted by magma melt, Chen Mo is also useful. Maybe they can be fed to monsters and eaten to evolve. Maybe they can extract elements. In short, they must be very awesome. Directly, call Chen Mo Big Boss and it's over. FK, everyone, look at the trading platform, Chen Mo is online. I read it right, the Iron Rooster has been plucked. You actually want to buy our mining equipment at a 10% discount and let us get out of here. Hee, this is 10% off, it's a broken bone. I'd rather smash it and throw it in the lava than give it to Chen Mo. Right, holy Terra. Chen Mo was all smiles. Irene deserves to be the fate twins of the Murlocs, this luck is really unspeakable. Originally, he just wanted to collect some wrong mines. Did not expect. Lu Fan teamed up with Tianshan Temple and gave him a super gift bag. The slag accumulated over hundreds of years of mining. Because the technology of the Temple of Heaven is not good, there are still a lot of beneficial elements in it. For them, it's slag, but for me, it's a proper bonanza. It's still a super ore. Chen Mo said happily. These slags are even more valuable than manganese mining areas. It took the Heavenly God Temple 100 years to collect minerals from the huge mining area that was 5 kilometers deep and put them here. It doesn't even have to be mined. At the same time, Chen Mo couldn't help but smile when he looked at the newcomer's speech. These people speak hard, but how to do it is another matter. Aaron showed his strength very well. This hand revealed by Levitan. I believe that anyone with a little brain will know what to do. Large-scale mining and smelting equipment, they do not want to take away in a short time. Chen Mo is here, how much to earn? Impossible to give them time to take away the equipment. The speed of the dragon is very fast. It only takes about half an hour to occupy the large and small mining areas of the entire planet. Almost most newcomers have only 2 choices at this time. First, 10% off to Chen Mo. Second, if the equipment is blown up, they leave immediately. Originally there was only option 2. But Chen Mo was excitedly shouted, "What a big, many Irene notice in advance." So option 1 is given. Don't push people too hard. Chen Mo's 10% discount is close to the snatch, but the difference is still very big. How much money? Don't let new people put the device real. How much can make them return to this book? It doesn't matter if the mining area blows up. But these devices are very valuable. Put it away, you can sell it backhand to the 38th theater at the original price. It's also great for own use. At this moment, his trading platform jingled. A large number of people are trying to sell mining equipment to him. Of course, Chen Mo can't receive the goods directly here. He soothed the excited Irene, and then ordered. Let people go to various mining areas to count the equipment, and all of them were purchased at a discount. FK, Chen Mo really gives money. I received 100,000 yuan, a million equipment, and gave me 100,000 to send me as a beggar. Wow, how much money back? FK, do you still have any ambitions? That's when you give in. I'm not afraid. Chen Mo's people are here, and I will never accept any money. I won't leave him even a piece of equipment. Brother upstairs, yes, you have the guts. How much does your equipment cost? My equipment is only 10,000 yuan. Stupid stuff. Get out of here. Why? Look down on 10,000 yuan. How much can I sell for 1,000 yuan? Lousy won't give it to Chen Mo. I lost 1,000 yuan, and he lost 10,000 yuan. In this wave, I won. Another crazy one. Drag away, there's no help. I'm so happy to think about it. In the 38th theater, Goddess Luo is still kind. I'm in the 31st war zone, I'm being hammered, even more brutal than Chen Mo. It's even worse for me. The Temple of Heaven is calling, and no one cares about me. I'd rather hang out with Chen Mo. Anyway, safety is not a problem. Forget it. Don't blow it up. Take some money. You bastards tricked me into buying all the explosives. It doesn't matter if you buy it. It's just right to sell it to Chen Mo together. For a time, the style of painting in the newcomer area changed abruptly. If you say no, many people secretly sell it crazily. Boss Chen, it seems you are quite busy. Seeing Chen Mo chatting, he suddenly smiled and looked at his watch. Mu Yao said jokingly, "Sorry, a little accident happened just now. We continue. This is my preliminary agreement. You can see what terms are there and need to be negotiated." Chen Mo came up with a prepared agreement. He has an absolute advantage. It is very easy to find several partners. But if the character is trustworthy and familiar, or Mu Yao is the best. The other civilization is good at doing business. And it has been operating in Shanghai City for many years. There are also friends at the Star Soul Power level. Can quickly help him open the fishing market. As a partner, qualified. Of course, it also depends on the strength of the other party's preferential treatment. In business matters, talk about money, not about feelings. Mu Yao must come up with enough discounts. For example, like Luo Bing, he can afford most, at least 70% of the construction cost of the portal. Small accident, is the Tianshan Temple in action? If so, Lu Ru can help provide some information for free. Mu Yao just wanted to talk a few more words. Seeing Chen Mo look at the watch again in a daze. It seems that things are not as easy as Chen Mo said. Is it tricky? Mu Yao didn't make a sound to disturb Chen Mo. Instead, I took the agreement and checked it carefully. Before she came, she had made careful preparations. 833. She probably knew what conditions Chen Mo raised. Road glanced. Exactly what she thought. Chen Mo has the lion's share, but she's also lucrative. Of course, knowing is one thing. But she must try her best to fight for her own interests. Therefore, the bargaining, or try to talk about it. Unless you say. At this moment, Lu Ru, who was beside him, gently pulled her. She motioned to her own watch. Shown above as the newcomer area. This is what Chen Mo called a little accident. At this time, Chen Mo did not notice the movements of the two women. Now, his whole attention, all on the ocean planet. After a period of mining, the cave where the blue form of tiberium ore was produced before was finally dug deep. Over there, after uncovering another layer of thick tiberium ore, there is strong radiation. For a moment, the entire sea was polluted. The mermaids and skill tyrants in the entire mining area exercised the gene chain in an instant. Cellular hydrolysis turned into piles of water stains. The queen is carefully transforming the planet, so she noticed the anomaly at the first time. while fully suppressing the mutation. She followed the plan, and the first time Chen Mo was notified, the tiberium ore produced in this mine is of high quality. If there is any strange mutation in it, no one will be surprised. It's just that the radiation intensity is unexpectedly amazing. Even though Chen Mo had protected the surroundings in advance, it still caused a lot of damage. The sudden spread of pollution let Chen Mo lose more than 1 billion worth of fishery resources. Slowed down the progress of the ocean planet's transformation for at least half a day. At the same time, there are hundreds of millions of infected variants. The whole sea is boiling. As the red light spreads, twisted strange fish are everywhere. Something deep in the mine is like a source of pollution. Crazy red light emitting a mutation. Chapter 192 Offended the Gods. Legendary high-energy minerals. One more. So strong, the queen exclaimed. Another wave of radiation surged past. The whole sea clattered. Those twisted and mutated strange fish were killed immediately. The entire area is evolving towards a lifeless dead zone. At the same time, a very small number of strange fish who were lucky not to be killed began to grow strange crystals on their bodies. The crystal is rapidly absorbing the surrounding energy. Then try to grow up. This is tiberium in green form. What a strong pollution. Much stronger than the blue form of tiberium. Could it be said that the inside is? The queen was surprised. Regarding tiberium, her race has coexisted with it for more than 10 million years, and in the last few hundred years, it has been constantly fighting against pollution. So for the tiberium news, she tried to find out. From the rest of the races, or from the Temple of Heaven, a lot is known. There is also a red form in the legend, which is like a living ore. Don't worry, okay, it's impossible for your ocean planet to have this thing. If it did, you would be dead long ago. Even if the pollution can't kill you, our Temple of Heaven will force you to mine at any cost. Not only you, but also the people from the surrounding civilizations will be thrown into the mine by us. At that time, the alchemist of the Temple of Heaven said so. In short, if such a treasure appeared before, the queen will faint. But at the moment, she only felt excited to faint. With the master there, they will not have the disaster of genocide, but a great achievement. Master. What reward will he give? She couldn't help but look forward to it. Destructive red light. Red form tiberium. Chen Mo was also shocked. Some even can't believe it. This form of tiberium ore is too rare. Star Soul World generally divides various treasures and high-energy minerals into artifact, legendary, top, intermediate, low. 5 levels. And tiberium ore, even if it is the lowest level, also belongs to the intermediate level. The blue form is a top high-energy mineral. The red form is a legendary high-energy mineral. This level, as the name suggests, is a legend, a magical creation. Generally speaking, a planet will only be born with one at most. Just like the legendary children of the world. It is already the limit that ordinary creatures can reach. But you can hear it, and very few people can see it with their own eyes. As for the higher artifact level, it is generally a man-made object, or a resource that can only be obtained from a star field. For example, there is only one adult lizard dragon in the entire planet, and at most there is only one. This can be called an artifact-level resource. The general public will never be able to reach it. In other words, you can't even get close at all. Will die in an instant. Of course, there are even more powerful creations that have transcended the general sense. Cannot be measured by level. For example, the main planet of some star gods in rumors. Especially at the parliamentary level. The planets that have followed them to that extent have grown beyond the general definition of planets. The above civilization, but also to reach the god-level civilization. The typical representative is actually the mother star, the star soul world. Suspended in the void, cannot be seen directly. Among them, the mighty force can even affect the entire river system, and even the universe. So, legendary level treasures can already be regarded as the topmost treasures. On the up, it will not appear on the market at all. Chen Mo didn't expect it. The ocean planet actually grows this red tiberium ore. Absolutely a surprise. The red form has always been surrounded by blue, so it has not polluted the environment and has not been discovered. I have to say, this is quite a coincidence. When Chen Mo discovered this tiberium mine, he thought it was very strange. Expect something good to follow. But he did not expect that it would be tiberium ore in the form of red. This thing is too rare. It doesn't mean that there are many blue form tiberium ore, there will be this. This requires good enough wreckage to breed. Tiberium ore will pollute and spread, and by consuming planetary resources through pollution, it can grow into a green form, but it is limited to this. Generally speaking, with the consumption of resources, the quality will only get worse. There is no saying that for a long time, there is a red form. So it just comes down to luck. My luck has been getting longer and longer since I condensed the star soul. As long as idealism is strong enough, coincidences will become inevitable. However, the harvest this time needs to span millions of years, which is not something that my luck can control. Should be very pure luck. Or is it the existence of the source, which planet is the best choice? Or is it just one of the resurrected hands she arranged? Chen Mo thought carefully, finally came to a conclusion. It's no coincidence that red tiberium ore appeared on ocean planets. Rather, it has something to do with the source of the Murloc. It seems that the tiberium ore of the ocean planet was arranged by the existence, and her purpose should be to make the ocean planet into the environment of the mother planet where she was born. With the help of this similar environment, coupled with the influence of her residual consciousness, the entire planet can easily evolve towards a race similar to her. In this case, the ocean planet becomes a resurrection point for her. Thinking of this, Chen Mo's scalp felt numb. Obviously, he offended people. Or some extremely powerful god. One day, the other party will return from history. If it weren't for the system, and backed by the extremely powerful Star Soul world. At this point, he was definitely cold. Inadvertently, one of the resurrection points of a god-level powerhouse was lost. Of course, this has little effect on the strong man. After all, just relying on pure probability, she also has a chance to be resurrected from a certain planet in the universe. The deliberate arrangement will greatly speed up this process. I hope she won't trouble me when she comes back to life. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. Of course, according to the degree of civilization of the ocean planet, the time for the other party to return is at least decades, or even hundreds of years later. So Chen Mo didn't panic at all. In short, this red form of tiberium ore, he smiled. Thanks for the gift from some god. Thinking of this, Chen Mo's thoughts moved, and the pollution of the red form of ore was suppressed and shrunk within the original sea area. As planet wool, doing it is a breeze. Send a stronger mermaid immediately. Design protective clothing, Chen Mo told the queen. Master, I'll come in person, be safe. The queen spoke up. She is also very curious about the treasure this time. I want to witness it for myself. After a few minutes, a red tiberium ore was carefully dropped by the queen. Terrifying radiation circulated all over the queen, forming a trace of electric light, which made her shiver. But the impact doesn't stop there. Demigod-level powerhouses have extremely powerful defenses, not to mention that the queen herself has the knowledge to manipulate tiberium ore. Ding! It is detected that the host has acquired a legendary high-energy mineral, red-form tiberium ore. According to the system deduction, parasitic infection of this mineral, silicon-based life form, can greatly enhance the parasitic or high-energy gene. The probability of both is 99%. Please select the evolution type. Chapter 193 Destruction, Giving Birth to New Life. The opportunity to become a god. 2 more. Evolutionary opportunity. Chen Mo looked at the system prompt and couldn't help but rejoice. But then another question came to mind. System, although this red form is similar to a life form, it is also consumed as a high-energy mineral, right? Chen Mo asked in his heart. Yes, the host, and the effect of evolutionary medicine is similar. Quote. Tiberium ore is swallowed and consumed, which will provide the environment needed for evolution. That's it. Chen Mo couldn't help but feel the trouble of happiness. This means there was no way he could make a fortune with this red tiberium ore. At the same time, according to the plan of the source of the Murlocs. Follow-up mermaid promotion, most likely will need to use the red form of tiberium ore. On the market, it is extremely difficult to buy red tiberium ore. Legendary level treasures, once they appear, will attract crazy grabs. He is not poor at the moment. He gritted his teeth and was able to participate in the auction. But compared with those strong star souls who have accumulated for many years, it is definitely incomparable. And more often than not, no one will open the auction. But according to the relationship network, private transactions. Of course, this kind of private is the meaning of the designated buyer, but also through the trading platform. Not tax evasion, as long as there is no tax exemption. In any case, the federal tax is to be paid. In short, the price of Chen Mo's evolution this time is really high. Of course, no matter how high it is, Chenmo will also choose to evolve. After all, this is a real ability improvement, and it directly strengthens existing capabilities. Equivalent to a small half-leap evolution. Evolve once, use for a lifetime. It is definitely much better than selling it for money. But Queen 337 is there. Chenmo looked at each other and asked. This red tiberium ore, do you have the corresponding knowledge in your mind that you can use? The queen thought for a moment and shook her head. Not yet, but according to my analysis, it may be of great use in the future, and it may be able to help me advance to the god level. Chenmo nodded. It seems that high-end knowledge is not so easy to obtain. Even if it is so close to the special consciousness resonance body of God, it is the same. You guessed right, the sublimation and evolution of the Murlocs should have many places where tiberium ore should be used. I suspect that there was a civilization similar to the Murlocs, and their magic technology was built around the development of tiberium ore. The strongest among them has even reached the height of the gods. And you can take this path. If you want to become a god, it is best to use tiberium ore. Chenmo analysis said, just like the Earth civilization was built around boiling water. The civilization of the Murlocs is burning tiberium ore. Of course, Chenmo will not let the Murlocs go the old way, it will become a hotbed for the return of the source. But no matter what, this knowledge of becoming a god is definitely worth getting. At least advanced idealistic knowledge. This is valuable knowledge that the celestial gods are also willing to bid to see. It's a pity, but at present, this piece of tiberium ore is of great use to me. If there is a chance in the future, I will give you another piece to see if you can get the opportunity to become a god. Your foundation is very solid, and I will remove hidden dangers for you, so you don't need to worry. The road to becoming a god is unimpeded. Chenmo said. As long as the queen can become a god, she might be able to get a lot of inheritance from the source. Even find out where each other is. Chenmo used the consciousness detector to find it last time. But it is a pity that, worthy of being a god, the disturbance range of the other party's remaining consciousness is ridiculously large. He couldn't pinpoint the exact location. Thinking about it. Or through the queen to take things from the air, it is real. Thank you, Master. Master's gift, I will cherish it. Queen Ash said. She looked at Chenmo very gratefully. If it wasn't for Chenmo's absence, the queen would want to be at his feet. Chenmo smiled, then looked at the flashing red vines. Turn on devouring and get the chance to evolve. Selection enhances parasitic genes. Chenmo made the decision without hesitation. High energy and parasitism are both superb genes. The capabilities provided are also very powerful. Chenmo's choice of parasitic is not to say that high energy is worse. Both are confirmed by the evolutionary system and have great potential for evolution. There is basically no distinction between strong and weak. Chenmo chose parasitism, simply because it can greatly enhance infection control. And this ability is just in use right now. That god-level lizard dragon scale is still inlaid on the fortress, and there is no progress. Hope, this evolution, the infectious ability that comes, can work on that scale. Chenmo couldn't help but say. Next moment, the entire red form of tiberium ore was wrapped in a surging creep. Creep kept bursting, shocked by the opponent's energy. There are some changes. Even because of the abundant energy inside, the vitality is extremely tenacious, and the creeping creep CJDD of flesh and blood has begun to crystallize. Forms green tiberium ore with a very high impurity content. Generally speaking, this ore is fairly stable. But because of the fierce growth of the creep, there is a mana heart behind it to supply energy. It caused the crystalline contaminated areas to explode one after another. For a time, explosions sounded one after another in the entire area. If it weren't for the restrictions, the explosion here would spread to the mining area, and the entire area would be destroyed. Under the consumption of this intensity, the red tiberium ore also began to shrink rapidly. Its energy is forcibly swallowed and transformed by the creep at any cost. The mermaids who were watching not far away were stunned by the movement. I have to say that the pollution ability of red tiberium ore is really terrifying. Even an exclusive race that has undergone 3 leaps of evolution and no less than 10 times of devouring genes cannot compete. Crystallization contamination spreads visible to the naked eye. Not much slower than creep. What is even more frightening is that this kind of pollution, the organism is not the same as that. This is another body of knowledge. Some scholars in the Star Soul world believe that this may be some kind of peculiar characteristic of silicon-based life. In short, ordinary flesh and blood creatures cannot resist. To a certain extent, as long as there is energy and corresponding elements, these spar will continue to grow. And extremely unstable, prone to explosion. The radiation emitted is also extremely deadly. It will cause the organism to disintegrate directly from the genetic level. Distortion is lucky enough to resist, and it will also cause distortions to become all kinds of strange twisted monsters. However, the more drastic the change, the conflict. The probability of Chen Mo obtaining possible evolutionary opportunities also increases exponentially. Destroy, give birth to new life. With death, hope is born. Evolution, right now, with another creep explosion. The deduction of the evolutionary system is accurate and the timing of evolution is captured. The opportunity is fleeting, but according to the system, Chen Mo will choose the direction with the highest probability, and he has a star soul, which can increase the probability. So, the probability is close to 100%, unless a god intervenes. Otherwise Chen Mo must evolve successfully. Ding! You have consumed the red form of tiberium ore. The deduction evolution has been completed. A. Parasitic genes have evolved, and your infection control ability has been enhanced. You can infect more types of objects, especially in terms of machinery and non-organic matter. The infection ability has been greatly enhanced. A. Non-organic. A. The infection ability has been greatly enhanced. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. Good. With these words, he was relieved. The mycelium at the moment may have been able to infect the scales. As soon as his mind moves, Chen Mo will be tested. But at this time, the queen said, Master, do you feel it? She looked strange, some are unbelievable, and there is a hint of excitement. Okay. Chen Mo was taken aback. His eyes turned to the tiberium mines again. Deep. There is a faint trace of radiation coming. This ray is very weak. Just now obscured by a powerful red form of tiberium ore. Completely undetectable. But at this moment, as the ore was completely consumed, that ray of light was particularly dazzling. Unlike the rest of the blue tiberium rays. It's red. At the bottom of the mine, there is actually a piece of red tiberium ore. Chapter 194 Science and Technology Plan Archaeology. Become a god by digging graves. Shocked Mu Yao. 3 more. Cough cough. No need to choose now. This further proves that this mine was arranged by the source. As expected of a god, he is so generous. Chen Mo looked at the ore that was carefully taken out again and smiled. With this piece of ore, it can be said that the subsequent development of the queen is just, there is no need to worry. Not only can the murlocs be more effective, but at the same time, the legacy from the gods has gone further. If only we could find the tomb of this god, we can immediately open the portal and dig her corpse frantically. The queen said excitedly. She was even more excited than Chen Mo. Because of this piece of tiberium, she might be able to use it in the future. Sure enough, technology relies on archaeology. Become a god by digging graves. Don't worry, get the Temple of Heaven here first, and then advance to level 2 civilization. Chen Mo said. He is also looking forward to finding the source of that one. But it's definitely not enough right now. First, bury this piece of red tiberium ore and seal it with blue ore. Chen Mo ordered. He currently does not have the knowledge to build such a high-standard warehouse, and it is impossible to suppress pollution here all the time. So for the time being, we can only use this mine to preserve the ore. Just take it out when you need it later. The tiberium mine in this place will temporarily stop mining. I also asked people to go to the other mines to check carefully to see if there might be red ore stored there. The queen is also interested. It's just like looking for a baby. All of a sudden, you find a place, and the shining light makes people very excited. What if you were lucky? Holy Terra, Boss Chen. At this time, Mu Yao had also finished watching what happened in the newcomer area. Immediately shocked, Boss Chen, seeing that Chen Mo didn't respond, she let out another soft cry. Just now, she thought that Chen Mo was stunned and was dealing with something very difficult to handle. Now that I think about it, there's nothing so hard to do. Obviously, the other party has made a fortune and is addicted to a large amount of ore, unable to extricate himself. The other subordinate, the mermaid, is also extremely beautiful. Pretty perfect creature. Incredible, mermaid at the pinnacle of legend. And the terrifying monster at the peak of the legend, such a huge reminder, made her dumbfounded. Like life in the universe. The quality of the fish here is also very good, almost reaching the top level, but I don't know how much the output is. Not to mention the manganese mine. It's so insane. Many old people are afraid that they will be tempted and want to seek cooperation from Chen Mo. And if Chen Mo is strong enough to repel the Temple of Heaven, wouldn't the resources of the entire 33rd Theater be? Mu Yao's eyes flashed. She always felt that she had a high opinion of Chen Mo. But what she didn't expect was that the other party was far stronger than she imagined. Although the other party is not as strong as his own, it is even far inferior to Lu Ru on the side. But it is clear that his future, it is not something that you and others can achieve. It may be difficult to see his back. Mu Yao thought complexly. She has always regarded herself as a genius, and her strength is not top-notch, but she is indeed not bad, and she is also well-known in Shanghai City. But compared with Chen Mo, too bad. This little brother, forget it, he's not small at all. Lu Ru, who was beside him, also wanted to say something, but changed his mouth immediately. It feels like it won't be long before it's time to call it big. She is stronger and often fights on the front line, so she is even more surprised by Chen Mo's strength. This is definitely a strong person she needs to look up to in the future. It may not be a problem to become a star god. Before she came, she even boasted about Heiko, supported herself, and gave pointers to this young man. It's been a long time, it's a hidden boss. She was immediately fortunate that, except for the language, a little familiar with herself, there was nothing out of the ordinary in other aspects. Otherwise, it would be embarrassingly embarrassing. What kind of newcomer is this? It's like a giant of frying fish in a fish pond. Putting it here, I believe the people above it will also have a headache. The system that has been in operation for hundreds of years has produced perfect results every year. As a result, this year, such a monster appeared. Thinking of this, she felt a little pity for the newcomers in the newcomer area. In short, this young man definitely doesn't need his help. And her curiosity about Chen Mo is even heavier. It is different from the other young girls in the newcomer area, who are screaming and can't close their legs. Because she met Chen Mo in person. And after careful observation, I found that the other party has a calm that should not be there at this age. Obviously won such a huge victory. Obviously, the fourth local tyrant in the newcomer area is disgraced, but his face does not seem to be too happy. There was only a faint smile. Anyway, Mu Yao is really lucky this time. She has a relationship with such a genius. Even if she suffers a little loss now, it's actually worth it. And there is no loss, just a little less profit. If I were younger. Ah, what a pity. Lu Ru glanced at Chen Mo and sighed. On the side, Chen Mo heard the discussion between the two women, and immediately came back to his senses. I'm sorry, I was dealing with something just now, and there should be no more emergencies. Chen Mo said with a smile. Now he is in a good mood. Harvest. First, Lu Fan sent the valuable Yi mining area. Then there is the discovery of red tiberium ore on the ocean planet. These two, no matter which one it is, the average newcomer will be crazy with joy. Chen Mo has also experienced a lot. But this time, the level of luck is definitely the highest. And the harvest is great. That manganese ore may be worth several planets. Now you can also try to infect god-level scales. In the void, the fortress that devoured everything is beckoning to him. Of course, now is not the time to take a closer look. Chen Mo suppressed the excitement in his heart and looked at the two women sitting opposite. Boss Mu, what do you think of my agreement? Is there anything you think needs to be discussed further? Chen Mo asked. Doing business is about mutual benefit. Blindly squeezing, can't do it. Although he took the big head, he didn't mind giving Mu Yao a little sweetness. Little head, I believe she will like it too. Well, there is one place I think needs to be changed. Mu Yao hesitated for a while, but finally seemed to have made up her mind, and said calmly. I have no opinion on the communication portal, and I will pay 70% of the cost. But regarding the income from consignment sales and processing, I take 1.5% for each batch of goods you sell here, and 1.5% for processing. Adding it all up, I'm about 3% gain. Speaking of this, Mu Yao bit her lip and looked at Chen Mo. How much do you want? Chen Mo asked with a smile. His price is indeed much lower than the market price. Generally speaking, normal cooperation will give you about 8–10% of the income. He was not surprised that the other party would bargain. But here, he is not asking for a price. He has many unique advantages of his own. For example, the parent star channel, such as the tax exemption clause. Those two things alone can save both parties a lot of money. And this money, converted into profit, Mu Yao can also get 3%. It doesn't look like much, but in fact, after the large number, it is very impressive. Chen Mo has a biological master brain and first-class computing power. He figured it out very clearly. The processing and sales costs of Mu Yao are about 1.5%. The extra 1.5% is considered profit. And he can also transform the planet's oceans. Create a lot of high-quality agricultural planets. Of course, because the matter has not yet been completed, he did not mention it in the agreement. The current estimated transaction volume in the agreement, each with about 10 billion, is estimated according to the current situation. At that time, it will only be higher than this. After thinking about it, Chen Mo added, "The price I gave was carefully calculated. If we can talk, I still have a lot of tiberium ore here. Your subordinate civilization is just good at processing stable energy blocks. Tiberium ore, all blue quality. And in the future, the star core will be in hand, and there will be more." Today, Chen Mo has nearly 200 pieces of inventory on hand. He only needs $100 for himself. And as long as the parasitic infection scales successfully, then his demand for the direct use of high-energy minerals will drop significantly. Even if it takes a lot of resources to assist the parasitic infection, it is worth it. This ability will allow him to further break away from his dependence on matter and move towards deep space. The only downsides are, wherever his parasitic body army goes, everyone is shrouded in darkness. It is easier to be considered by the natives to be evil gods. There's no way, in order to save energy, it's okay to suffer some side effects. Maybe in the future, darkness will become a feature of me. The Chen Mo group thought about it and looked at Mu Yao, waiting for the other party to make an offer. A lot, tiberium. Don't know how many blue qualities are in it. Mu Yao's eyes widened, very surprised. Because of her busy work, she didn't pay much attention to Chen Mo. But also know that Chen Mo is rumored to be mining tiberium ore. Did not expect it to be true. And looking at Chen Mo's slight smile, there are still a lot of them. Maybe a blue quality ore. After all, the business of processing energy blocks is purely green quality, and no one does it. After all, although the green quality is good, it has a certain overlap with the top magic crystal in function. Think of these. Mu Yao became more and more determined. She took a deep breath and said, "If that's the case, then my bid is 1.5%. What do you think, Boss Chen?" After speaking, Mu Yao looked at Chen Mo nervously. What? Chen Mo was slightly stunned. Not only did the other party not raise the price, also drop the price half. Only a 1.5% fee is charged. This is already the cost price. It is equivalent to giving him white dry. How about Boss Chen, can you accept this price? Honestly, that's the limit of what I can give, and there's hardly any profit at all. But I want to deepen cooperation with you. I am willing to pay this price. I only hope that if there is a follow-up transaction and the price is the same, I can be given priority. Compared with other consortiums with complicated interests, I believe that you have seen my identity, which is much purer. Mu Yao said through gritted teeth. Don't hide your purpose. She wants to win the priority cooperation right of Chen Mo. Gambling is the future. Anyway, I almost sold myself to Chen Mo before. Not too bad, Mu Yao thought to herself. Chen Mo can become a star soul powerhouse, or even a star god, then her portal directly connected to Chen Mo is the expression of her relationship. By then, there will be many benefits. As for now, don't lose money. 0. And she has been operating for so many years, and it is not for nothing. Her cost is actually only about 1.3. The remaining 0.2 is nothing. But better than nothing. Then, make a deal. Chen Mo pondered for a while and agreed to this matter. No harm to him. As for the consortium, of course he will not cooperate permanently. But there is money to be made, and there is to be earned. After all, in the Star Soul world, the power of financial groups and families is very powerful. It's impossible not to deal with them at all. Moreover, the members of parliament also have their own family power. Seriously speaking, Chen Mo now actually belongs to an extremely large force. That is the 99th member of parliament, under the command of the Queen of Ice. Because Chen Mo's certificate of conquest was issued by this one. That is, the Queen of Ice is optimistic about him. In the eyes of the outside world, this means that he is covered by the Queen. Of course, for this kind of thing, Chen Mo himself had no choice. Whether it belongs to this force or not, it is not Chen Mo who has the final say. 10 minutes later, Mu Yao readily signed the contract. Chen Mo also signed on it. This agreement is federally guaranteed. This is the ruling body recognized by 100 MPs. Authority is almost equivalent to the laws of the astral world. Very powerful. Unless the other party gives up the identity of the Star Soul world, this agreement cannot be violated. After the agreement was signed, Chen Mo motioned his men to open the warehouse door. Enter with 2 girls. There are about 100 pieces of tiburium ore stored here. Oh, by the way, I also have an eggshell produced by a god-level lizard dragon, which is a kind of cosmic life. You have a lot of knowledge. Do you know which big guy likes to collect? At this moment, Chen Mo is in a very good mood. Great harvest today. It is foreseeable that there will be a large amount of funds coming into the account. With this money, Chen Mo's deposit can definitely break the 10 billion mark. At the same time, he can also start preparing to continue to evolve. The auxiliary resources needed for the parasitic infection, lizard dragon scales, are also available. The materials for building the base of the dark sky can almost be prepared in advance. Li Long's 55 billion compensation is almost coming. Chen Mo believes that soon, his strength will usher in a new wave of skyrocketing. More than $100. On the side, Mu Yao shook her head slightly. Will this be too little? These quantities of ore are indeed very valuable to newcomers. But for tiburium ore processing, more than 100 yuan, the cost of starting the production line is too high. 1,000 yuan is almost. Wait. Mu Yao looked at Chen Mo's smile and instantly realized what she thought. She stepped forward immediately, skillfully opened the radiation shielding cover. Immediately, Mu Yao was stunned. The dazzling blue light reflected in her pupils that contracted instantly. This is outrageous, equivalent to tens of thousands of green tiburium ore. She turned around and looked at Chen Mo dumbfounded. Brother, can I call you brother? You have too much food, I can't eat it. Big. Chapter 195. Too much. Mu Yao shouts no. Idealist knowledge. Trace the source. Sell equipment. One more. A lot. Chen Mo looked at Mu Yao's expression. Confirm carefully. She doesn't seem to be lying. It does seem to be a lot. But, Chen Mo clapped his hands, and immediately a mermaid came over and opened another warehouse. There are 1,000 green form tiburium ore in it, so let's go there first. But my suggestion is that it's best to expand your factory and train more relevant personnel. Anyway, you also have the corresponding knowledge, so it shouldn't be difficult. Check it out, Chen Mo said, and asked the mermaid to take out a blue-shaped ore and hand it to Mu Yao. Ah. No, I can't take it. This is real. Mu Yao hurriedly waved her hand. This ore is not fun. She still wants to keep her skin moisturized. The radiation pollution of tiburium ore is quite scary. She doesn't want to try. Just a little closer, her hair fluttered. This is the manifestation of a strong electrostatic force field. Obviously, this tiburium is real. At the same time, she realized that she had made the right bet. This is just the beginning. Just in depth, within a few minutes of cooperation, Chen Mo will be able to tell her not to. What happens next? What else could Chen Mo do? She didn't dare to think. All in all, absolutely exciting. 573. It seems that his plan to dominate Shanghai City's resource processing field is almost ready to begin. The talent of a mermaid is really useful. Pipe. Lu Ru on the side noticed another detail. This mermaid took out the tiburium ore without using any protective equipment to assist. They seem to have a way to resist pollution a little by using only their own power. It's amazing. It doesn't seem to be just beautiful. This Terra is really full of surprises. She couldn't help feeling emotional. At the same time, she also understood why Chen Mo had so many tiburium ore in a short period of time. As a Star Soul powerhouse, even she is envious. This is a headache for many Star Soul powerhouses, but for Chen Mo, it is not worth mentioning. Even Chen Mo didn't deliberately bring it up. Will there be more of these magical hole cards? Thinking of this, she immediately admired Mu Yao's decision just now. Take a gamble and definitely win. How? If you can't eat it, then I can only sell it to others. Chen Mo said with a smile. He had given priority to Mu Yao. The other party couldn't take it, so he couldn't be blamed. It's just that if you find someone else's processing, then the price has to be discussed separately. You also have to be careful not to be secretly caught by the other party. Tiburium ore is processed into a stable energy block, which has a chance of being scrapped. Skilled workers and corresponding civilizations are also needed. In short, very troublesome. After hearing Chen Mo's inquiry, Mu Yao pondered for a while, then stretched out 2 fingers. Can you only eat 20%? Chen Mo frowned slightly. No, I mean, give me 2 days. Mu Yao quickly shook her head. I need to buy more equipment and expand production. Her civilization is really good at processing these high-energy minerals. The problem is that the equipment in this area is very expensive and depreciated. She won't buy new equipment at will until she has enough orders, and she will have to lose money. Then trade in 2 days. You eat it all, is it all right? Chen Mo confirmed again. He desperately needs cash. If Mu Yao couldn't handle it, he would find someone else to do it. The price of energy blocks is very high now. Getting it out is a lot more profitable than selling tiberium ore directly. Mu Yao gritted her teeth and agreed. I didn't expect Chen Mo's business here to be so big. She had to endure it. Just get used to it later. In short, quickly expand production. By the way, I still have more than 10 tons of magic crystals, I don't know. No, I really can't hold any more. Before Chen Mo could finish speaking, Mu Yao quickly waved her hand. The delicate face is already pale. Do you want mining equipment? They are all 90% new, enough for an entire planet. Brother, let's talk about this next time. Mu Yao said quickly. God, I finally made some money during this time, and I used it all to make a package for Chen Mo. God, if I keep doing it like this, I have a hunch that I'll have to make a match. Mu Yao thought so, her legs could not help softening. Kind of want to leave now. This place is weird. Can't stay long. Last time, she just stayed for a while, and got in more than 1 billion yuan. This time, I scolded me for a meal, and put in tens of billions. All in line with Chen Mo's supporting business. If Chen Mo suddenly doesn't work, or doesn't do it anymore, then she would have to go bankrupt on the spot. Does Boss Chen need some funds? Maybe I have a solution. Seeing that Mu Yao was in a panic, Lu Ru hurried up to help, relieve the siege. See Chen Mo over here. She smiled and said, didn't you say you want to shoot that eggshell? I really know a lot of big guys who are interested in collecting in this area. It's all at the star god level. Your eggshell, if you're lucky, can sell for a very high price. Speaking of this, Lu Rui changed his lazy tone and said seriously. But the price is high, and there are other reasons. This is an item produced from the god-level lizard dragon, and it is very closely related to it in terms of cause and effect. Some bosses buy this item, maybe not just for collection. There is a knowledge called origin that traces the origin of the birth of things. However, the requirements for items are very high. If this eggshell is often remembered by the lizard dragon, it should meet the requirements. Okay, could it be so? Chen Mo was suddenly stunned. No wonder so many people like to acquire some ancient relics. The water in the collection world is very deep. Chen Mo couldn't help but sigh. Indeed, I estimate that your eggshell can be sold for about 2 billion yuan, but if the other party's methods are clever enough, they may find the female lizard dragon based on this, and then backhand will make more money. Of course, he also has to beat the opponent. In short, for Star God, this is also a high-risk, high-reward business. It's almost like gambling. You're just gambling relics. In fact, many people like to play. If you are interested, I can introduce you to people in this circle. Lu Ru said with a smile. No, if that's the case, then I'd better keep the eggshell and see if I can get the corresponding knowledge. Chen Mo said, knowing that there is a way, he will naturally not sell eggshells again. Others feel that they can't reach the star god level, and they can't help the lizard dragon. But Chen Mo is different. He felt that he could get the other party, so there was no need to give up tens of billions or even more benefits for these billions. That's okay, long-term plan. However, this knowledge is very difficult to obtain, and it is not allowed to learn this knowledge until level 2.0 civilization. The threshold is still quite high. Lu Ru said. Of course she is optimistic about Chen Mo's future, but it is still very difficult to specify which knowledge to acquire. At least in a short time, Chen Mo will definitely not be able to reach the star god. At present, this eggshell can only be used as a collectible, with dust accumulation. Then what else? If not, let's go first. Mu Yao frantically gave Lu Ru a wink. Why are you still chatting? Go now. For a while longer, she was afraid that she would be left alone. Too cruel. The wallet can't stand it. Mu Yao pulled Lu Ru out of the parent star channel. Watching Mu Yao and the two leave, Chen Mo opened the trading platform. The mining equipment that was not sold just now was hung on it. If you can't sell it as a package. Also had to trouble a little, one by one bought on the trading platform. If the average person does this, there is no benefit. Because mine equipment from all over the planet is collected, cleaned up, and sold. This is a big project. But the advantage of Chen Mo is that there are many people, and it does not consume much when used. So this kind of thing that seems to others to make some hard money is not happy. And the benefits are great. 9.9% new. All mining equipment that has just been used for less than 2 days is now on sale at 10% off. By the way, Chen Mo advertised again in the newcomer area. For a time, the whole novice area is boiling. Many people in War Zone 33 vomited blood directly. Good guy, buy at 10% off, sell at 10% off. Woo, this is my device, Chen Mo, you pay me back my hard-earned money. I don't rent out Chen Mo's miners anymore. The money I made from mining was taken away by Chen Mo before it was hot. Cough, listening to these people upstairs, it seems that this is indeed 9.9% of the new equipment. Ha ha ha, I'm in War Zone 38, I bought these goods. Thanks to the sacrifices of the brothers in the 33rd Theater, let us buy a bargain. Yeah, although it's a bit unbearable to say that, but please Chen Mo to increase the strength of 3.3. Be sure to step up. I still need some siege weapons and a lot of long-range magic weapons. When will Mr. Chen Mo collect a second-hand item for sale? When that time comes, I will be the first to support it. Support. We are in great demand. Brothers in Theater 33 have to endure. Chen Mo glanced at the newcomer area. The demand is great. These few words made him not smile. Just need it. It shows that this business can be done. Originally, he was worried that second-hand goods would not sell well. Now it seems that I think too much. Many of these newcomers have connections with each other. Many people accused him. Instead, it proved to him. This batch of goods is indeed from a reliable source and the quality is guaranteed. After confirming the market on the trading platform, Chen Mo made a thought and let the masters of the fortress start to work. Get ready to infect lizard dragon scales. Master, things have been done. At this time, Irene also delivered the goods and came back. Leviathan is here, it's very easy to transport this giant cargo. Master, this is a statistical list of manganese mining areas. Erin said softly. Delicate face, flushed red, very excited. This is her first solo mission. And the harvest, I believe it is enough to please the owner. Chapter 196 Collecting money from the air. I cried. I was toyed with again. 2 more. In addition to manganese ore, I also found this in it. Saying that, Irene opened her hand and released an image. Image display. In the depths of the mine, there is a detector hidden in the Temple of Heaven. Such detectors are extremely difficult for ordinary people to find. But for Chen Mo, it is very familiar. On any planet suspected of being infested by the Temple of Heaven, it is already a habitual operation for the Parasite Legion to search for this kind of thing. So it is not surprising that Irene found out. The only weird thing is, why are they putting this deep in the mine? Do they want to teleport from the huge mine space below? Chen Mo was curious. Are all the mice that like to dig holes in the Temple of Heaven? If so, that would be interesting. This means that the other party inexplicably bumped into his muzzle. The space gene just hasn't had time to test. This time, it is a good opportunity for the space guillotine test. If there is a commander of the Temple of Heaven, slap him and break the other's head. Then you can pick up a ring for nothing. Not to mention, the revenue is 2 to 5 billion. Earn blood. Of course, this is the most optimistic scenario. Actually, Chen Mo thinks it is unlikely. After all, the Temple of Heaven is not a fool. Failed 2 times in a row, and it was all with him. 29 They can definitely guess that they have any special way to detect the existence of the detector more or less. Therefore, it is really silly to use this method of sneak attack. Especially when Chen Mo made such a big noise. Everyone knows. This is now Chen Mo's site. There is no reason for the Temple of Heaven to engage in a sneak attack. Maybe it was arranged a long time ago, and the Temple of Heaven didn't expect me to occupy this place. Since it's already been arranged. Chen Mo opened the watch and contacted Luo Bing. You have to remind them of this. Luo Bing is already building a portal, and this will be the passage for Chen Mo to enter the back garden in the future. If he followed the way of the Temple of Heaven, he would lose a lot. Do you have anything to do with me? Luo Bing looked at Chen Mo. A trace of tension flashed in his big eyes. mainly because it scared Chen Mo. The only time, Chen Mo took the initiative to contact her and knocked her a lot of small money. It made her so poor now. The main reason is that Chen Mo is owed more than 30 billion yuan. Facing the creditor, her eyes dodged and she felt guilty. However, the conditions given by Chen Mo were very attractive. She simply couldn't refuse. So the current situation is that she is afraid that Chen Mo has something good and wants to tempt her. Chen Mo looked at Luo Bing, who had been trained to change into a phobia by himself, forcibly restrained his smile, and said, "Don't panic, this time I'm preparing for my responsibilities as a partner." Just a reminder. What kind of bad thoughts could he have? Luo Bing breathed a sigh of relief and said quickly, "Dear Mr. Chen Mo, please speak." Chen Mo, I have played against the Tianshan Temple several times before, and I know some of their methods. One of them is very special and extremely difficult to find. You need to pay special attention. Luo Bing's expression froze, but before she could speak, Chen Mo went on to say, the Temple of Heaven will use what I call a detector, to perform spatial positioning and to spy on intelligence at the same time. This kind of detector has a non-metallic bionic shell, passive detection, and it is very difficult to detect when it is not working. And once activated, the Temple of Heaven can quickly tear out a space channel. After listening to Chen Mo's words, Luo Bing's pupils shrank. There is still such a thing. She has absolutely no idea. Fortunately, Chen Mo told her, otherwise she will suffer a big loss in the next battle. Oops. At this moment, Luo Bing suddenly remembered something. An angel reported to her before that a newcomer was attacked by the Temple of Heaven. Her strategy at the time was, don't go to the rescue, but directly attack the stronghold of the Temple of Heaven. Copy the house. It is planned to drive the people from the Temple of Heaven to the planet first and establish a defense system. Think about it now. With the detectors in place, the plan is completely useless. Moreover, this wave of sudden attacks on the Temple of Heaven might be a tactic. The purpose is to steal. Swapped homes belong to Yes. But the Temple of Heaven can afford it, but Luo Bing can't. She has only one chance. If defeated, it will be difficult to get up. She quickly told Chen Mo about it. Obviously, the Temple of Heaven is dark, and you are bright. That new man sect must be saved. After all, the lips are dead and the teeth are cold. But you go to the rescue together. Be careful of the fire in the backyard. Chen Mo carefully analyzed. I have to say that because of him, the combat effectiveness of the 38th theater is too low. I thought it was a good thing. After all, the fewer the newcomers, the weaker they will be, and the less resources will be consumed. When he rushes past, how much is left will be his. Pure earning. But now it seems that the disadvantages are also obvious. That is to poop and pee while riding on the head of the Temple of Heaven. In the rest of the war zone, the Temple of Heaven is basically still in the testing phase, and the defense is the main one. But in the 38th theater, the Tianshan Temple at this time has realized its advantages. So soon, things started to happen. Take the initiative. The newcomers were weak and weak. Although they all united around Luo Bing and carried out a unified defense, they were still very passive. Being led by the nose of the Temple of Heaven, Chen Mo could probably guess that in this wave, the Temple of Heaven would definitely turn the newcomer into a stalemate, with a huge momentum. At that time, more and more people will support and attract attention. The rest of the places are the key points for the breakthrough of the Temple of Heaven. There are many newcomers who are afraid that their homes will be raided. The best way is that you don't do anything, let alone attack the Temple of Heaven, but wait quietly for the opportunity. If the Tianshan Temple has the idea of taking a house, it must be implemented recently. You can secretly contact the rest of the newcomers and prepare a big one. This, intelligence, is used well, and you can also get a lot of benefits from the rest of the newcomers. After listening to Chen Mo's analysis, Luo Bing couldn't help but nodded. Since this is the case, then I will stand still, and at the same time secretly contact a few powerful newcomers, and then turn around and ambush the first-hand Tianshan Temple. Luo Bing felt that this was an opportunity and was very excited. As long as this plan is successful, it may be able to make a lot of money. Don't expect to be as successful as Chen Mo. But she is also content. What's more, only Chen Mo has done such a feat so far, and it would be great if she becomes the second one. With the prestige of victory, you will be able to speak the truth in the 38 theaters. How about this? Isn't this plan perfect? When Chen Mo said this, he couldn't help but smile slightly and looked at Luo Bing. Great program. As long as you are, why are you looking at me like that? Luo Bing looked at Chen Mo's smile, and suddenly, a feeling of deja vu came to his heart. Wait, 630. It was the same last time he cared about asking for money. Moment. Luo Bing had the urge to hang up the video. It was almost like the first time she saw Chen Mo naked. All in all, scalp tingling. Really. The next moment, Chen Mo chuckled lightly and made a demonic temptation sound. Then why are you still standing there? Let's trade. I have prepared the magic eye for you. You can find the detector in advance with the cooperation of a few angels with keen perception. By the way, I also prepared a space shielding device for you. This is something I made based on my newly acquired knowledge. It can disturb the space channel, and at a critical moment, you can close the transmission channel. At that time, not only can you close the door and beat the dog, but you can actually grasp it well, and you can also obtain an undamaged magic device. I can borrow it for you. After it's done, I'll give you 3. At this moment, Luo Bing was completely addicted to it, until Chen Mo's last sentence. Suddenly a shiver. Wake up. Immediately, he showed an expression of wanting to cry without tears. Luo Bing was so angry. But he couldn't refuse. The other party ate her to death. You're playing with me. Woo woo woo. A plan is a good plan. Making money is also real. But no matter how you look at it, it looks like he is being manipulated by Chen Mo and then works for him. Play. Chen Mo couldn't help but look weird. It's not that it makes you a little more money. As for the rise to such a serious level, you just say don't do it. Chen Mo has a hard airway. Do. Luo Bing agreed, tears welling up at the same time. Chapter 197 Invitation of the Star God. Luo Bing's plan. Just 2 days. 3 more. That's not going to work. Chen Mo said so, and made a deal with Luo Bing. By the way, how is the construction of your portal? After talking about making money, learn about the future development. It's alright, it's very fast. With your pedestal, and the help of my relative at home, I can get the rest of the equipment at 30% cheaper, and I'm currently building it quickly. With that said, Luo Bing walked out the door and gave Chen Mo a look at the teleportation array. The huge pedestal has already been positioned. Tens of thousands of workers are carrying out construction in 3 shifts. By the way, because of the portal base, I was also favored by my relatives and was introduced to a star god, and the other party took a fancy to my angel civilization. After the subsequent expansion of the war zone, she will draw me to join her forces. You said, do you want me to join in? Luo Bing asked tentatively. She wants to know what Chen Mo thinks. Star god. Chen Mo couldn't help but be astonished. Luo Bing was so weak that he was invited by the star god. Wouldn't you die to fall in love with the beautiful angel of the other party? But immediately, Chen Mo reacted, he was taking it for granted. In fact, Luo Bing is not weak at all. On the contrary, her performance these times have been stable in the top 20 of the newcomer list. It is one of the top 1 among the tens of millions of newcomers this year. Even, it is the strongest among all female newcomers. The future potential of her angel civilization is also great, and it belongs to the top and powerful group of the civilizations of the gods. Chen Mo will feel weak just because he is too strong. This is an illusion. To remove him, any newcomer must speak to Luo Bing seriously. It is impossible to play each other as casually as he does. Your luck is really good. You are actually valued by the star god. Can you name that star god? Chen Mo asked. If it is a powerful star god, even if it is not a member of parliament, he cannot directly mention the name of the other party. Otherwise, it will be immediately noticed by the other party. Some bored star gods even cast their eyes directly. Chen Mo didn't want that. Luo Bing shook his head. No, but I can tell you that it is related to life. He is a very beautiful star god. It's beautiful about life. Wouldn't it be the congressman? Chen Mo searched around in his mind, and finally locked the 98th seat, the goddess of life. How could it be possible? Luo Bing quickly shook his head. It's impossible for a newcomer to get the attention of MPs, don't think too much. If I had that ability, wouldn't you have been noticed by the congressman long ago? Luo Bing laughed at himself. This kind of thing, even if she dreamed it was wrong, if she dreamed of this, she would be infected and had to enter the plasma incinerator. In short, a completely impossible thing. What about you? The people who invited you should be countless. Luo Bing asked again curiously. This, Chen Mo really couldn't answer for a while. He never read private messages, and he almost forgot about this function. But tell Luo Bing this. He was also a little curious. I want to see what conditions the star god has to win over people. Immediately open the private message and filter the keyword, star god. Then, Chen Mo was stunned for a moment. Not a single one. Yes, no one invited him at all. I changed a few keywords in a row, but still nothing. Chen Mo immediately realized that something was wrong. Are these star gods worried about something? Could it be that I really designated the 99th seat? What conditions did the star god who invited you give you? Chen Mo asked. It's nothing, it's just some resource support, but our family has cooperated with each other in the past, maybe it's because of the family's face. Luo Bing said. It's not necessarily. You don't rush to promise the other party anything, your own strength has come up, and your bargaining power is higher. And among the star gods, there must be information that we cannot see. Equivalent to 2 classes, Chen Mo said. He could tell from the fact that he had not received any invitations, that there must be a communication channel between the star gods. And his name, I am afraid that many star gods already know. Otherwise, he would be the first place, and he would not have not received any invitations. Well, I think so too. Luo Bing nodded. I heard people say that her character is not very good, and her lifestyle is not good. Speaking of this, Luo Bing was dumbfounded. Wouldn't the other party think that he and her smell like each other? Chen Mo was not as much as Luo Bing thought. It just feels that it is difficult to take advantage of the strong. If you want to get something, you have to be willing to pay the price. But no matter what the purpose of that life authority god is, it is not something he can interfere. Although his potential is terrifying, in terms of strength, many star soul powerhouses will not look at him directly. Of course, that's because he still has a lot of strength, but he hasn't been exposed. Once the fortress has been upgraded, the average star soul powerhouse is not in vain. But star god, that is really no way. Every star god, just based on his own strength, is god level. There is also at least one god level powerhouse under him. Not to mention all kinds of starships, and accumulated information. Unless Chen Mo has completely achieved the star god, or perfected the dark sky and requiem of the bastion, then he must at least achieve the purple star soul. Otherwise it's not enough to watch. At this moment, Chen Mo's watch dinged, and a prompt popped up. It shows that all his mining equipment has been sold. Many of them were sold to War Zone 38. Although the Temple of Heaven is under great pressure in this war zone, everyone has a large territory and is rich in resources. In addition to the equipment released by Chen Mo, the price of the second hand and the quality of the first hand, it is very popular. Maybe there is a chance to sell it again. Chen Mo glanced at the buyer's information and couldn't help but smile. I also received your goods. I have sent the angel to go out to detect. When the time is right, I'll do it right away. Luo Bing said excitedly. This kind of big scene of ambush the Temple of Heaven is really too exciting. At this moment, her face was flushed with excitement. Come on. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. Luo Bing is full of energy, and he is also very happy. After all, here, he wants to share the profit. Well, when I finish this ticket, I will do my best to build the portal base. When you are free, we will directly attack the floating city of the Temple of Heaven. Although, it may not be successful, as long as the opponent is suppressed, we can occupy more than a dozen planets without interference. Luo Bing clenched his fist and said, as long as she can succeed, her resources and the experience under her hands will be enough. When such a major victory comes, I believe it will attract the attention of the laws of the world. With the help of the power of the Star Soul world, I might be able to condense the Star Soul in one fell swoop. Take a crucial step towards becoming a star god. By then, it's time to be a master. So excited because of this. Chen Mo had forgotten about this. He smiled and said, don't worry, there should be no problem with the quality of the portal, and try to pass the test one time. The portal is a very sophisticated instrument, and if it fails to transmit, it is extremely dangerous. If the test fails due to quality problems, rework will be required. Very troublesome. So it is best to pass the security check once. Don't worry, I'll be ready soon. When I have conquered the entire 33 theaters, a large army will be formed that can pass through the portal. None of the enemies in the floating city of the Temple of Heaven can escape. There are other territories occupied by newcomers, and I will also take most of them. If they want to gain contribution points, they will go to fight with the Temple of Heaven. It is up to me to do mining and farming. Quote, believe it, Luo Bing, you should agree to, right? Chen Mo said directly. This is also his next plan. That is to kill the Temple of Heaven first, and then dominate the two war zones. Luo Bing nodded. She knew this very well. Otherwise, Chen Mo would waste his energy and come here, it would be meaningless. Between the newcomers, it is a relationship of competition with each other. The Federation does not encourage killing, but limited competition is very necessary. Chen Mo's actions will not be subject to organization. On the contrary, he also urged the rest to fight. Of course, this is a little unfair to the civilization that cultivates and develops. But no way, the universe is so cruel. In fact, the competition within the Star Soul world has become very mild. That's because there are enough resources. Putting it to the natives, in order to survive, they kept coming to die and sacrifice, just to seek a child of the world. There are many things. When you're ready, falling ice couldn't help but light up his eyes. She was looking forward to this day coming soon. Can you give an approximate time? How long will it take to occupy the entire 33rd theater? Looks like it will take at least a week, right? Before that, my portal will be built, and then we can start trading ahead of time, and you can also deliver some equipment materials in advance to avoid wasting time. Luo Bing analyzed. Chen Mo, it doesn't take so long, about 2 days. It may be faster than the speed of your portal construction. When that time comes, I will wait for you, not you. Ah, is it that fast? Luo Bing couldn't help but stay. It takes 2 days for the entire war zone to go back and forth, right? Even if Chen Mo's army was faster, it would take a day. In other words, he is sure to succeed once. Horizontal push. The Temple of Heaven is no soft persimmon. Luo Bing expressed doubts about Chen Mo's statement. Of course, whether Chen Mo can kill the Temple of Heaven in one fell swoop. Luo Bing did not doubt. Just this time, too outrageous. The Tianshan Temple was obviously on guard against Chen Mo. Just hit hard. Chen Mo may not be easy to handle. In fact, not only Luo Bing thought so, many other newcomers also thought so. They were all discussing when Chen Mo would take over the entire 33rd theater. The current prevailing view is that at least a week or more. If the Temple of Heaven insists on not letting go, it will take longer. So confident, Luo Bing couldn't help but smile. You'll know then, Chen Mo said. Hear this. Luo Bing nodded and said nothing. After all, Chen Mo will succeed sooner or later. A few days later, she is nothing more than tormenting for a few more days. It's been so long. In order to obtain the opportunity to condense the Star Soul. She doesn't care how much to wait. I just hope that Chen Mo prepares well and hits it well when the time comes. After chatting with Luo Bing, Chen Mo was free. He looked at the rookie district leaderboard. No doubt first. The second place is not even his fraction. But don't be careless. At this stage, the probability of new people occupying the planet has greatly increased. And some newcomers, Chen Mo has indeed been unable to influence each other. Such as Wang Yifeng, such as the mysterious Great Wilderness family. These people are in a good mood now. Although there is a huge gap with Chen Mo. But don't underestimate Wang Li's. If someone gets a planet, it will be 50 billion in one sale. Awareness will quickly get closer. Of course, wait for Chen Mo's manganese ore and star core to come out. In fact, this is not enough for them. Chen Mo suspects that they are selling planets like crazy, just for nothing. In the end, it's his first. Turning his eyes, Chen Mo looked at the fortress again. Over there, the silent parasitic infection has also come to an end. Of course, it just looked like there was no movement. In the microscopic realm, at the cellular level. Intense changes are happening all the time, and cells are constantly bursting. There is genetic fragmentation, but the mycelium spread unswervingly. On the side, pieces of tiberium ore were turned into powder. There is no time for a chain reaction to occur. Of course, this is also due to the mermaid support on the side. At the same time, a large number of evolution potions are consumed. About 3 billion resources were smashed into it by Chen Mo. In order, it is the complete infection control of this scale. For this scale, Chen Mo even hatched a Leviathan, a legendary pinnacle. Amazing cost. It can be said, this scale affects the operation of the entire fortress. But it's all worth it. Ding. After consuming a lot of evolutionary potions and energy, your exclusive race has obtained the opportunity to infect the scales of the god-level lizard dragon. Whether to start, Star Soul, immediately to speed up the infection progress. Immediately, Chen Mo did not hesitate. The back of the hand emits a strong light. For a moment, several more pieces of tiburium ore were turned into powder. The top-level magic crystals have lost their brilliance even more. Prophet. Chapter 198. Luo Bing's voice. Died on the spot. Artificial evil god. One more. War Zone 38. Luo Bing hung up the communication. But in no hurry to act. Instead sit in place. Chen Mo. Quote. She muttered to herself. Then tried to analyze the strength of Chen Mo. Powerful servants, powerful legions, and masters of super knowledge. Master, should we go? On the side, the graceful and beautiful angel spoke. When the master was in a daze, she was speechless. Because there is no doubt that the host is analyzing a man named Chen Mo. The same as the master. But it seems to be much more powerful, with more bizarre powers. At least every time the owner sees each other, he is very emotional. Woohoo, crying and fussing, like a little girl. Anyway, she didn't understand why. But today is the 6th time the owner has mentioned this person. I can't help but be curious. She asked. Master, that Chen Mo, who is he? You seem to be concerned. What? Very concerned. Have it? No. The more Luo Bing refuted, the more uncertain he became. As for who is Chen Mo? To be honest, she can't figure it out now either. Alas, in short, the kind that is very special and restrains me. Luo Bing said 657 faintly. In short, Chen Mo will interfere in everything she does. That should be very powerful. There are very few people who can restrain the master. But the master doesn't need to be discouraged. We have a strong potential, and the plasticity of growth is very high, and the future can be expected. Master, you once said that you want to build a great angelic civilization. The owner also said that to defeat the opponent, he would ride on Chen Mo. Master can do it. Beautiful angels radiate holy and beautiful light. The skin is crystal clear, giving people a sense of inviolability. She is cheering for her master. Her encouragement was not just verbal. Spiritually powerful. Not only her, but the surrounding angels also looked at the master. Full of positive energy. Under the brilliance of angels, you can be full of courage. Strength, confidence, wisdom will return. Of course, she couldn't change any thoughts of the master. It's just that the owner will be bolder and inspire the desire in the bottom of his heart. Let her recover quickly. For this, Luo Bing never doubted. She smiled and looked at the angels around. Hey, it's actually okay. I've gotten used to Chen Mo gradually, and I've accepted him to interject me from time to time. Luo Bing said halfway in his heart. The whole person was stunned. On the side, the cheering angel was dumbfounded. The corners of her mouth twitched. The surrounding angels were also dumbfounded. Is this also possible? A time. Embarrassed and silent. Holy Terra. The light on the back of Chen Mo's hand rose to the sky. This time, it lit up like a sun. Full power. For a time, the speed of parasitic infection suddenly accelerated. The scales of the lizard dragon are being rapidly eroded and infected, and a large area of AAAA cream spreads the scales of the lizard dragon, and even grows into its interior. This kind of scale that can absorb most of the rays and has a strong defense is like a piece of fertile soil at this moment. The creep is beginning to adapt, and can grow on it freely. As expected by Chen Mo. After several times of growth, his star soul has become much stronger. For the acceleration ability of deduction-assisted evolution, the effect is much better. Of course, it required his concentration and undivided attention. The consumption is also very large. Now, he was sweating slightly on his forehead and could not continue to do other things. Luckily, more than half of the scales have been parasitically infected. With more than 40 square meters left, it won't take much time. In the future, with the enhancement of the parasitic ability and the ability of the star soul, the speed of this parasitic infection will be faster, right? Chen Mo is already looking forward to it. Organic matter, inorganic matter, mechanical creation, magical creation, god-level scales. The ability of parasitic infection is increasing step by step. Combined with the ability of star soul and parasitic, it will instantly infect the starship in the future, and even infect all the members of the Temple of Heaven on the battlefield. Not impossible. Even if it is impossible to infect the strong, it is possible to infect all the equipment on his body. Imagine, with the fortress attack, everything, under the shroud of the intense darkness, will change, and anything may become Chen Mo's minions. If strong enough, the gods of the Temple of Heaven could not escape his parasitic infection. Ding. Your exclusive race has been parasitically infected with god-level lizard dragon scales. Next moment, shocked in Chen Mo's heart, I saw dark scales begin to spread and grow. Alive, alive. It is like black viscous oil, and it is like a dark sky. Silent, like a tide, it began to spread around. But it didn't take long for this amazing scene to come to an abrupt end. The reason is that there is no energy. After being activated by him, the scales have some characteristics of the creep, and Chen Mo can also easily manipulate the scales. But after all, it is a god-level creation. Chen Mo now belongs to Yes, the villain drives the big car. All in all very laborious. After a while, it stopped working. The black wave subsided and turned into an area of about 1,000 square meters. Compared with the original, it has expanded tenfold. But compared with the area of the entire fortress, it is too small. After thinking about it, Chen Mo simply divided the scales into two. Continue to grow a little thinner to spread out the area. Then the two black scales were placed in the southern hemisphere of the fortress. One left and one right. Because the push is very thin, it is not so dark. At first glance, it looks like two huge eyes. Eye of darkness. These eyes will grow longer and longer until they cover the entire southern hemisphere. It can continuously absorb the ray energy in the universe for Chen Mo. The northern hemisphere of the fortress had tentacles. Overall, the fortress looks more like a living creature. Like a giant octopus-shaped monster full of aberrations and mutations. Chen Mo opened his eyes and let the flying dragon look down on the entire fortress from the universe. Just feel the scalp tingling. Shocking and weird. With the planet as the torso, the flesh and blood as the tentacles, the star soul as the guide, and the darkness as the source of strength. One day, I might be able to bring the fortress to life. Artificial evil spirits. Once the fortress is truly transformed, it will be at least a god level. I am afraid that it is not impossible to directly destroy the Temple of Heaven, or even have a certain position in the Star Soul world. Chen Mo took a deep breath. When I think of myself, step by step, adding bricks and pieces, I am very excited to build such an evil god-level war weapon. But soon, Chen Mo was doused with cold water. The biological mastermind has calculated the cost of the fortress, continued transformation. The resource list was presented to Chen Mo. The long string of zeros made him see it directly. Outrageous. Simply outrageous. Chapter 199 Gold-swallowing giant beast fortress. Top agricultural planet. 2 more. A Fortressa. Origin. One of the products of the Gene Ascension Path, the mothership of Terra Star Civilization, the manufacturer Chen Mo. Equipment. 8 giant tentacles Plant 10, built-in high-energy weapons Giant magic heart, gravity core, portal connected to the main planet Giant electromagnetic gun, dark eye in progress dark sky construction middle. Description. An incomparably huge planet-level creation, because it is a living planet and has the will of the planet, it has an almost unlimited space for transformation and evolution. Next upgrade. It is estimated that it will require 1 ton of tiberium ore, 0.1 ton of manganese ore, 10 tons of top-level magic crystals, and a total of 5,000 tons of various metal minerals. Remarks. It is necessary to configure the Dark Sky and Requiem to maximize the defense ability, and at the same time, it is necessary to continue to enhance the space ability to move quickly. Honestly, if you don't look at the materials required for the transformation and upgrading, it is simply perfect. The fortress is too large, which gives Chen Mo many modifications and space to carry the power of the mother star. It is itself a planet. Even now, there is still the will of the planet. That is Chen Mo. The rest of the tentacles and teleportation formations could be regarded as beings that grew on the planet. Chen Mo just parasitized the entire planet. This is fundamentally different from man-made warships. The planet itself is the sanctuary of life. Such warships can stay in the starry sky almost indefinitely to fight. Don't be afraid of the disturbance of consciousness that exists everywhere in the starry sky. A living planet, transformed into a battleship. And can continue to upgrade. If this were to spread out, it would be absolutely shocking. Many people will want to come and see how Chen Mo did it. As soon as this battleship came out, it was a proper maximum class mothership. Just gravity can destroy other people's starships. The most important thing is that the will of the planet is Chen Mo himself, which is equivalent to him being the pilot of the spaceship. Once the entire battleship is activated, the dark sky, then, under the bonus of his will, the intensity of the dark sky will explode directly. Really let the enemy experience, theoretically almost indestructible. With such an explosive attack power, coupled with an invincible defense power, Chen Mo's enemies would only hate that they didn't surrender quickly enough when they saw it. More importantly, the fortress itself is just a battle platform. The portal on it can continuously transport resources and troops. As long as the darkness cannot be broken through, the enemy will face the parasitic body army that will never stop until it drowns them. Quality and quantity. No matter which opponent chooses, they will be beaten by Chen Mo. In this case, is the most frustrating. Really, darkness falls. But power comes at a price. In the real world, there is no perfect creation. The fundamental reason for the strong fortress is that it is a living planet and can use the spiritual power of the parent planet and Chen Mo. But precisely because of this, its transformation, every small step, is a huge project. The further back, the more so. Just look at all kinds of awesome giant equipment. Giant fell heart, gravitational core. Just the volume of these equipment exceeds the size of a battleship. Of course, the power they can explode is also heartwarming. But this kind of surging, when it falls on the specific consumption, will be extinguished immediately. Chen Mo parasitized the lizard dragon scales, costing 2.5 billion resources. Then it was added to the fortress and further expanded, costing another 1.5 billion. This adds up to 4 billion resources. And this does not include the tiburium ore he consumed, as well as a large number of magic crystals. These are his own accumulated resources. Just tiburium ore, blue form, one piece starts at 10 million. Chen Mo estimated that in order for the fortress to have the ability to absorb rays, he spent about 5 billion. Lizard dragon scales are god-level creations after all. It is hard to imagine the resources spent to make it grow. Now it is difficult for Chen Mo to support its continued expansion. And that's just the first step. The cost of the subsequent transformation has directly increased by hundreds of times. That is, about 50 billion is needed, and the big head is on the base of the dark sky. This is still most of the equipment I can grow by myself. If the construction is contracted to the rest of the Star Soul powerhouses, the current money will only be enough to repair a toilet. Speaking of which, every time I make a leap to evolve, the consumption is also a terrifying increase. Chen Mo analyzed it carefully. My first evolution, but it cost 1 million. The second time is 10 million. And then hundreds of millions. The follow-up will start with several hundred million. Every time the next critical point of leap evolution is reached, a zero is almost added. If I continue to evolve, wouldn't it mean that I will need 20 billion resources for the next leap forward? Before the money came too fast, Chen Mo didn't think about it. Now that I think about it carefully, I am startled. Before he knew it, his consumption level had already exploded. Like his strength, breaking through the sky. Pulling out the consumption list of the trading platform is enough to make any newcomer cry. Scalp tingling. And, I'm more than Bastion and Leap Evolution. There are also star cores that are expected to invest resources, as well as possible sudden evolutionary opportunities. Chen Mo looked at his poor account balance again. Shivering. If Lilia comes up with a star core, she will definitely do it. No follow-up, no money to spend. But if you do, the upfront investment is another huge sum. Do you want to seize the sudden evolution opportunity? That must be. This is fundamental, and it is equivalent to enhancing the underlying strength out of thin air. If you don't miss it once, it's a huge loss. If you don't have money, you will have to bite your teeth. Point 0. In short, reckoning. Which one? Chen Mo felt that he had to do it. Can't do it. At this moment, he is like a few peerless beauties standing in front of him scratching their heads. All, and begging him for it. Not to give is not enough. He really has nothing left. Continue like this. Must be drained. At this time, it is necessary to carefully analyze which one goes first. There must be a priority. That's how it lasts. Cash and resources have to be planned. Financial management is imperative. Just let the little fox come. She is also a part-time secretary anyway. Coupled with the prejudgment deduction of the biological master brain, it should be able to achieve the highest efficiency. Quote. But it just improves efficiency and saves money. To fundamentally solve the problem, we still have to make money hard. Chen Mo thought. His ultimate goal, to have it all. Then, Chen Mo looked towards the ocean planet. Now. It has changed a lot here. Vibrant. In the ocean, there are a variety of dynamic fish. Many of them even have the strength of 1 to 3 orders. These, the future, are all small money. Perceiving the arrival of Chen Mo, The queen, who was also working as a planetary governor, immediately opened her eyes. There was a glimmer of joy in his eyes. Master, because of your arrival, from the Crystal Palace to the glaciers in the extreme north, all living beings cheered. Chen Mo, speak human words. Queen, the master came at the right time. The ocean planet has just been sublimated and has entered the ranks of the top agricultural planet. Chapter 200,000 Garden Worlds. Selection of planetary governors. 3 more. Well done. Chen Mo praised. When the queen was still at the legendary level before, she didn't get it completely in 5 days. But after becoming a demigod, it only took 1 day to complete the transformation of the ocean planet. The efficiency is much higher than the legendary time. As expected of a demigod. Of course, this is also a good foundation for the ocean planet itself. If it is other planets, even if it is a demigod, it will take at least 2 days. All glory belongs to the master, the queen said very modestly. Some were flattered. She could see that the master seemed to be in a good mood. There should be new gains. Chen Mo nodded, and then checked the information of the ocean planet. A ocean planeta. A planet governora. Ash the mermaid queen. Nature. Top agricultural planet. Output. Tiberium ore, green form. Red form, a very small amount of manganese ore, a small amount of high-energy gas, a small amount of magic crystal, a large amount of high-quality fish. Revenue. 8 to 10 billion per month. A remarksa. This is a very rare all-ocean planet, with abundant fishery resources, 687, and a very good ecological environment. Under the knowledge of the Queen's use of ocean transformation, the planet is full of vitality and breeds with a large number of fish. The profit will be very high if the tiberium mining area is not out of control. Not bad. More than 8 billion is recorded every month. This income will not be discounted and is very stable. It's a lot higher than the 5 billion I expected at the beginning. Chen Mo is very satisfied with the result. Why is the difference so big? There are 2 reasons. First, Mu Yao made huge concessions, and Chen Mo made some extra profits out of thin air. Second, the queen's own strength has become stronger, and the knowledge of using tiberium ore is also more abundant. If you give her more time, let the planet's income slowly reach the upper limit, 10 billion, it is not a problem. Without hesitation, Chen Mo allocated another 5 pieces of tiberium to the queen. Continue to transform the planet and strive to reach the 10 billion limit. Invest 1 or 2 billion, and a month later, you will earn an extra 2 billion. This deal is so worth it. If this matter is to be spread out, the rest of the newcomers are afraid that they will go crazy. The yield is too high. Of course, only Chen Mo can do this. Not to mention anything else, the knowledge in the queen's brain is highly likely to be unique. And Chen Mo dominates the mermaid with almost no cost. The operation of the entire ocean planet claims to be one. But unfortunately, only ocean planets can achieve such amazing benefits. The rest of the planets are basically between 3 billion and 5 billion. The reason is that the ocean area is not enough, and the second reason is that it is not as good as the ocean planet. At this time, Chen Mo's watch vibrated slightly. Commonwealth sent a message. Announcement. Congratulations. The Federation has noticed that you have cultivated a high-quality ocean-based agricultural planet. The process is very rapid and the method used is unprecedented and very valuable. You have added a ray of light to the billions of light in the star soul world, which is worth celebrating. You have gained the attention of the Federation. Note 1. According to federal regulations, high-level planets need to submit filing information, and the Federation will seriously evaluate the status of the planet and give a score. Quote. Remarks 2. This score will help guide you in the direction of planetary transformation and serve as a reference for planetary value. Remarks. Some consumers may ask you to provide this score, but please publish it with caution. The ranking of the score in the ranking will directly affect the price of the planet's output. Advanced Farming Planet Federal Guidance Ratings affect price. This mechanism Chen Mo has long been until. But I didn't expect that I would be guided so quickly. The Federation actually thinks that its planet is very good. Worth watching. Chen Mo couldn't help but feel happy. Of course, the most worthy of his attention is that ratings can increase the price. This is equivalent to the official 5-star certification. But 5-star certification is just a threshold. After passing this threshold, you will enter the ranking of agricultural planets. For every 1,000 planets that rank in the top 10,000 places on the rankings, the price level goes up a lot. When the monthly income cap is 10 billion, it will be easy. Chen Mo analyzed it carefully. Of course, just getting certified is hard. It's almost impossible to get on the list. Chen Mo's current accumulation is far from enough. Fill in the filing information first. The exact number of points is not something he can control. It's time to make improvements based on the ratings. Let the little fox fill in the information. Chen Mo flipped through the ranking list of Agriculture Planet. Come into view. The top 1,000 are all garden planets. Seeing Chen Mo drooling. These are the top planets in the Star Soul world. Only the top consortium and the strong deserve to have it. Looking back, it's also incredible. All of them have been in business for at least decades. Many are century-old balls. The high-energy planet they occupy is much better than my low-energy planet. Born with a high score, it's easy to transform. Like the Gray Steel Consortium, the Black Soul, and the Wadu Wang clan, these big families and consortiums occupy too much resources. If I were to compare them directly, I would be crushed on the spot to the point where no slag was left. Chen Mo couldn't help feeling emotional. Is this a competition? Fortunately, I only need to compare with newcomers now, and will not directly compete with big forces. In this regard, the Commonwealth has done a good job. There are always resources leaning down. Of course, this also benefited from the continuous expansion of the Star Soul world. Wealth is growing. When the expansion stops, Chen Mo is sure that the first unfortunate thing is that they are not strong. Seriously speaking, I have actually entered the ranks of competing with the big forces. In the fishery market, newcomers have no advantage, but a disadvantage. If it wasn't for my duty-free and mermaid transformation of the ocean, I would only sell at the lowest price, and there would be no profit at all. If you want to rank high on the planet rankings, you have to have a high-energy planet. Chen Mo could not help but analyze. A piece of glass, if you carve a flower, is not worth as much as a diamond. What Chen Mo is currently doing is carving flowers on the glass mountain. Can make money, and with super high technology, very profitable. But if you change it to a high-energy planet, it will be even more profitable. However, a well-managed high-energy planet is not easy to obtain. It was basically cleaned up by the inner part of the Star Soul world. The newly acquired ones that are not operated are also distributed to newcomers every year. At present, if Chen Mo wants to obtain it, he can only find a way from the Temple of Heaven. They have more than 200 powerful gods there. This means, more than 200 high-energy planets. Even more. But these are still too far away, and it is useless to think too much. At this time, Chen Mo's parasitic body army has become more powerful because of the leap evolution. And it has space shielding ability. It's time to attack. The time is set for tomorrow night. Chen Mo estimated. At present, there is still room for fluctuations in the Temple of Heaven. They still have people coming. More is the best. Master, the information is complete. Chen Mo took a look and sent it directly to the federal official website. Ding. Submit the Ocean Planet information. Once submitted, the Federation will evaluate the score based on the information. If the information is false, it will be subject to tariff penalties. Exclamation mark. Chen Mo chose 2. I hope that with a good score, he can make a lot of money for nothing in a month. Every penny counts for strength. Although it is only 2 billion at most, with good luck, Chen Mo earns more than that much in a day. But it adds up. Familiarize yourself with the process. After doing this, Chen Mo looked at the Queen again. How about letting you train 3.3-year-old managers? His planet is in urgent need of more than a dozen planetary governors. Most people are recruited from the Star Soul world. After all, under the constraints of the law, in most cases, his own people are more trustworthy than the natives. The key is, people in the Star Soul world are familiar with various rules and can take office immediately. Some of them are excellent, even career governors. Very professional. But Chen Mo is a special case here. He is a mermaid with a level of intelligence equal to that of a human being, and he is absolutely reliable. Many of them were originally bureaucrats with management experience. A little training and familiarity with the rules of the Star Soul world will do. Added, astral imbued memory. The cost of learning is actually very low. The speed of producing qualified governors will be very fast. Master, I have trained a group of elite personnel. Each of them, whether it is appearance, management ability, or strength, is the best choice. There are 20 people in total, and who to choose is up to the master to decide. Having said that, the Queen beckoned. Not long after, there was a rapid sound from outside the hall. There was a rapid sound from outside the hall. There was a rapid sound from outside the hall.